What is good, everybody? It's your boy Joe. Back in the building, back with another one. Let's get right into this thing. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, turn on post notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Goat Mike Hezzy Guide. Follow me on Twitter at Lakers Fan. And make sure to pop on in the building. Man, they have pulled off. CB Logic spoke some big facts. Make sure Hey, I'll tell you what, man. The Bucks have fought back. They just fought back, man. They made all the moves they needed to make necessary. Made every move they needed to. They fought back. They didn't quit. I didn't get to see the game. I was at work, so I didn't get to see the. I didn't get to see what exactly happened. But yeah, I had to work early. Yeah, man. Yeah, the Bucks. They came out here tonight and they just Bucks play hard. And like I said before, that's all they had to do. If they had played this way in game 1 and 2, man, I might be looking at this different. What is good? Humble in the building. Humble said, "What's happening, my boy? What's good, Humble? Humble always comes with the humble. Nothing much, Humble. Man, the Bucks and fought back and got back into the series, man. The Bucks got no quit, They fought back. I like the fact the Bucks didn't just pack it up and quit. They fought back. They have to play the same way in games. Humble said, "You dig, my brother? Hey, I'm digging." I like the fact that the Bucks came out with the mentality that I've been saying. They should have been doing what I've been saying. They should have been playing this way. They might have won game 1 and 2. The Bucks might have swept the Nets if they played this way in game 1 and 2. Because the intensity level is just indifferent. It's just different. It's not even comparable. The way these dudes came out here and performed the last 2 games, I mean, it's a different vibe altogether. I wish they had brought this intensity in game 1 and 2. I don't know why it took them to game 3 to figure out what they have to do. It's not rocket science. My boy Humble in the building. What is good, Humble?
Yo, what's in with it, woo?
Wait.
Man, what's
My
good with you,
bad,
bro?
Humble. Nothing much, man. My bad, humble. I didn't have my Bluetooth on, so I wasn't hearing right away. But what's good, man? The nothing much, man. I ain't been. You've been taking some breaks, huh? From the shows and stuff, taking breaks.
Yeah, I
You,
mean, bro, I ain't trying to be no casual, but my Lakers ain't in this playoffs, and we a playoff
mm-hmm.
team for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I just been staying out, in the cut, just cooling and shit. Got to take care of the fam. You know what I'm saying? Nothing more. You know what I'm saying? Not much to it, bro. Just been chilling, bro. So but I did watch the game today, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Kyrie Irving went out with apparently an ankle injury, a right ankle injury. What reports are saying, he had the X-rays come back, said it was clean. You know, he will undergo, further testing and treatment. So it looked like Kyrie, he might be okay. He might sit out. Was this is game 4? Game 5, bro? So he gonna sit out game 5. Um the series is tied 2-2. So looking forward to everybody coming back healthy because nobody wants to see a team that's what I'm saying bruised and battered up, weak. But I think KD, without his boys and stuff, what I'm saying. I don't know if he can get it done. If Kyrie is available, James Harden might be available. I don't know. I still think they can get it done, but this series is a toss up right now, bro. Anything can happen. So that's my take. I hope James Harden can come back healthy. Kyrie come back healthy. You know what I'm saying? We have a good fight. I'm not being biased towards one team or another. I just want to see great basketball. That's all. Because I love the sport.
Hey, in my opinion, humble. I think this year's championship should be. Look. A lot of people would hate to hear this, but I think this year's championship should be asterisk. That's just how I see it. Because when I compare last season to this season, bro, there's way more injuries in the playoffs this year compared to last year, and it's not even
Mhm.
close. Guys have been. There's been too many guys out this year's playoffs, and that's why I say I believe it's going to be in my book. It should be an asterisk. That's just me talking,
Mm.
and I'm going off I'm going off of what I seen last year to this year. If you watch last year's playoffs, everybody brought up, oh well, Dream Butler was hurt. Well, Dream Butler played every game in the finals. Bam and the ball missed one game or two games. Uh, Goran Dragic is only a role player. This is look. Everybody's saying, well, they didn't have Goran Dragic. Well, Goran Dragic is a role player. This year's playoffs, you don't got just role players hurt. You got star players hurt with the role players. You look at the Lakers. They had KCP and AD out multiple games. Then you had Jamal Murray out for the whole playoffs. You got Mike Conley out for the whole series. You got Will Barton. He missed most of the playoffs. You got James Harden. He has missed the last two games. You got you got the Bucks. The Bucks role players out for the season. The Brooklyn Nets. You got Dinwiddie out for the season. There's too many guys out for me to call this championship real. There's too many guys out in my book. And that is how I feel about it. A lot of people will say, "Oh, you're making the excuses." No, I'm not. If you compare last year's playoffs to this year's playoffs, which one had more injuries? This one. This one has had way more injuries to it. Not just role players, but star players. Everybody keep telling me, well, the Lakers played the Heat without Goran Dragic. Well, who's Goran Dragic? He's a role player. He's not a star player. This year's playoffs, we got star players and role players out. This year's playoffs is whack. It's just straight whack. And I ain't just saying that humble. I ain't just saying that because my team is out. I'm saying it because it's multiple teams.
with key guys out. If
Mm-hmm.
the, if the Jazz if the Jazz had Mike Conley, bro, that game would have been different. Because if you double team Mitchell and Mike Conley's out there, Mike Conley can play under pressure. So you can't double team Mitchell if Mike Conley's on the court. If you humble when I put the record up, Mike Conley, Jordan Clarkson, and Mitchell, bro, they're almost unbeatable when they're all playing, and that's the
Mm.
facts. Mike Conley makes the game easier for Mitchell because Mitchell ain't no point guard. Mitchell's a scorer. Mitchell's not a point guard. Mike Conley, Mike Conley is a point guard. And what Mike Conley is a key player for the Jazz, and he's out. Look at the Lakers. We was up 2-1. AD goes down. It changed the whole series. Murray. If Denver had Jamal Murray, see, I ain't just talking about the Lakers. I'm also bringing up other teams with key guys out. So I don't want people to think, oh, I'm just talking about the Lakers. No, it's also Denver. If Denver had Jamal Murray, this would not be a sweep. This would be at least 6 game series.
Right.
Easy. Might
And
even
that,
go
and that,
7.
right.
Uh-huh.
And that just goes back to like you said, like there's been a lot of injuries all year. And I think these players didn't have enough time to come back and heal because these are professional basketball players, bro. These are professional, athletes that play, and they have to have time to heal. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't have enough time to heal, especially like the Los Angeles Lakers and the Miami Heat. You know what I'm saying? Like it just goes to show, like it's people, it's an eye test. It's in your face that teams like the Phoenix Suns, they haven't even really sniffed a playoff, or you know haven't really had like seasons where they gone further on. Um, and it shows, like the teams that weren't even top five or top, what I'm saying, whatever, top eight, what I'm saying. Or I would say just top three teams altogether, or top four that didn't make the playoffs all the way further on because the players didn't have enough time to heal. These players they just like regular people like us, man. Like, but they with their superhuman God given talents and stuff, they regular people like us, man. They need time to heal, bro. And Danny Green got hurt. Like, for God's sake, bro, this is crazy. Like,
Hey yo, I want to give a shout out to PJ Tucker, man. Hey, that dude clamped up KD, man. KD got bitched around by PJ Tucker, man.
mm,
I hope the Lakers can get him on this just upcoming off season, man. I mean, for the veterans minimum and stuff, if that's possible. We need a guy like PJ Tucker on our team. Yeah, man. Damn. KD can't carry that team, man. Like what a Weezy Banks said. LeBron can carry a team, but Kevin Durant can't, man. Karen Durant can't do shit.
yeah, I mean that's crazy, man. Like, I try not to discredit KD. You know what I'm saying? KD's a monster, but it's like, damn, like it's like who can carry that that weight on their shoulders
Definitely.
of players that can get their players, their teammates, saying to the promised land, and
Yeah.
you
Oh
know,
yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, man. Man, bro. I wish the Lakers, like we traded for Kyle Lowry, man. Shit, that kind of backfired on us, man. I know, Horton Tucker's a great talent and stuff, but is it worth it though? I mean, like we want to win, just right away and stuff. So yeah, man, it was.
yeah, I feel, bro.
Would you have done the trade in your opinion?
I mean, honestly, I mean, I would, but it's kind of like they wanted the whole farm, bro. Like, looking back, we probably should if we wanted to make another run because we have a promising point guard. Even though
Yeah,
he's up in age, we'll be kind of like setting ourselves back because we have an older team, But I think the Lakers, man, like they gonna make some moves, man. Pelinka is his he wants to, bring a young promising star next to AD because they want to continue to win championships and continue to
Yeah,
be in the playoffs and stuff. You know,
yeah, yeah. But
we don't want to just win a championship or two and then damn later on in the future, what I'm saying, when Braun is retired or he's
yeah, for
long
sure.
gone the sunset, we ain't got nothing to compete for. So we gotta,
But yeah,
team young, keep our team good with
yeah,
stars, all that, man.
yeah, yeah. But I have a feeling stuff that we might ship out Kuzma to the Spurs because DeRozan, I mean he's not a good 3-point shooter and stuff, but I mean his mid range can help us. I mean, have you thought of that? I mean, his mid range can help our team and stuff. Yeah. Because the problem is, I think the majority of our shots come from the 3-point line, and with DeRozan and stuff, it really changes the game for us, right?
I mean, we all know DeRozan, what I'm saying, his 3-point percentage is not up to par. He's not really a 3-point shooter. LeBron, he likes players that space the floor better. You know,
Yeah,
but it wouldn't be a bad. It wouldn't be a bad trade. I mean, I like DeRozan. He's an LA kid. What I'm saying, LA
yeah,
guy. So he knows the LA scenery, and my only thing, the players like him is that he had a chance to come in LA. He could have came after Kobe retired and stuff like that, but he wanted to stay in Toronto. But I'm up for him. You know what I'm saying? See, for the challenge, if he wants to, redeem himself and get him a ring or two. So I wouldn't mind it. The Lakers just got to have talent. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And just keep winning, man. We don't want to just go back into like
yeah,
lottery.
yeah.
That's my biggest fear, man.
Oh shit, the lottery, man. Like, damn, bro, we were fucking bad in those years. Like, we had a bunch of bums, like Marcelo
We
Huertas.
don't
Hey,
even have
remember
any.
that dude?
Yeah,
Hey, that dude was. I mean, the guy was all right, but it's just like like we had a bunch of like dudes and stuff on our team in the past that were just not good. I remember at some point we had just Ed Davis, we had just Mozgov, we had Tariq Black. I don't know if you remember him, Tariq Black. He was the power forward and center like we had for a bit. Yeah, we had Mike Muscala, jeez, and a bunch of other dudes in the past. I mean, like we had Jeremy Lin too, but he's out the league right now, man. He's out the league and stuff. So,
Orlando is like overseas.
what you're saying?
Yeah, Jeremy Lin's overseas.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's just like he's a good player and stuff, but the problem is the NBA game has really changed a lot. Like they want like two-way guys in the NBA now. I mean, that can like score, facilitate, and play good defense. But I mean, Jeremy Lin's not that guy. I mean, he was a scoring guard, but he couldn't play defense. So that's a problem, right? Yeah, I mean, it's tough, but it's part of life, man. But yeah, I mean, I hope the Lakers can get either Jeremy Grant or DeRozan. That's my realistic targets in my opinion right now, though. Jeremy Grant would fit nice next to LeBron. He would fit.
That's who I thought the Lakers were going to pick up, man, in the summer, bro. I mean, the off season.
Yeah, but the problem is, it's just like we would have we would have to let KCP walk though.
Yeah, I
I
wouldn't
kind of
mind KCP walking. I like KCP, but I wouldn't mind him though.
yeah. Yeah, we could have got Bogdanovich too, man. Instead of
Yeah,
KCP.
but I think Sacramento wanted to do a sign and trade for him though, and they don't want to do no business with the Lakers.
Yeah.
There's so many teams that don't like doing business with the Lakers because they don't want us to win
Definitely.
championships again, bro. It's sad. It's not our fault. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. Yeah,
we
man. It's
put together teams to win, bro.
yeah. But yeah,
I said Westbrook. Oh gosh.
Nah, man. The Westbrook thing is kind of like the Schroeder scenario. I mean, like it's like a high risk, high reward, or high risk, low reward, man. It's those two options right there. I mean, I would love to have you on just Westbrook on the team, but the problem is, when it comes to the playoffs, man, teams are gonna sag off that dude. Like, they're gonna sag the shit off that dude, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, because I was just reading like a article and stuff. It was a website or something like that, and they said the Lakers are just interested in TJ McConnell, and I said that shit for about like the past few weeks now, and I would love a TJ McConnell like just on my team. I mean, like him and Caruso, man, like they can have a brotherhood, man. The white boys can't jump. Hey, they can have a brotherhood right there, man. I'm alright with TJ McConnell though. I mean, I would love to have him over Schroeder. I'm sorry, man. I don't like Schroeder, man. I'm a bit biased towards him, but I mean, he was a good player and stuff. Don Lavallo said Trey McKinney, Kuzma, and 2021 draft pick to Sacramento for Buddy Hield. Hey, I would do that, but the problem is, are the salaries? Do they work and stuff? Do the salaries just work and stuff? McDermott's a great fit, Rodney Blake, but man, he can't play defense or shit though, man. Yeah, it will work. Okay, I'm alright with that. I'm alright with that. Yeah, the problem is, a lot of the man. If we're gonna lose, just Montrezl Harrell, man, like, hey, that shit. Oh man, that's gonna be a bummer, dude. I don't want to lose Montrezl.
I don't mind Montrez leaving, bro. I don't mind him walking. I don't think he fits the team. He's a good player, bro. He's a
Yeah,
tremendous player. He has a lot of. He got the dog in him and stuff, But I don't think he fits this Lakers team and the scheme because
yeah,
they don't have a backup point guard, to get him his touches. Like him, we thought him and Schroeder were going to do something, but it was just kind of like it was like a hit or miss situation. It was a miss for the Lakers because the Lakers don't have a point guard. Now, I'm gonna tell you one player y'all probably gonna disagree with me or agree with me, but I wouldn't mind him coming back to the Lakers. He's an LA kid as well. I wouldn't mind Lonzo coming back for a sign and
Lonzo.
trade. Yeah, because I just think that with Lonzo,
Oh shit.
his
Hey,
passing.
I would do that, bro.
Yeah, I've seen Lonzo play in person, bro. Like him and I've seen him and LeBron
Alright.
play in person. They both had triple doubles one night, and I was like, yo, this dude Lonzo, he the future for real. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I think with Lonzo, I said if he stay healthy, what I'm saying, and take care of his body right, just like with Andy Davis and stuff. And Davis getting older, so but with Lonzo, we getting somebody that's young, somebody that can pass the rock, somebody that, what I'm saying, that's hit
Yeah.
high IQ basketball skills and stuff like that, and knows the LA area. And he played for Los Angeles. He was drafted by them. This is a team that believed in him and brought him in. You know,
Yes, sir. Yeah.
so I wouldn't mind Alonzo coming back just because we didn't give him a fair chance and trading away him. We thought we was getting I mean we knew we was getting to when we got Anthony Davis, but I think, bro, if Kuzma was in that little trade or whatever, man, that would have been who knows how that turned out, but it's a what if situation. But I wouldn't mind,
Yeah. I mean,
the whole
yeah,
farm
man.
for Lonzo.
Yeah, we did trade him.
Lonzo's
Hey,
contract is
man.
not really that big, bro.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
might be right. I ain't even look into like the salary, the contracts
Yeah.
and stuff. How can
Yeah.
they? But I mean, it's
Hey.
something with Dennis. Dennis can be a veteran, somewhat of a veteran that help the young guys out there. And
Yeah.
I'm hearing that Josh Hart wants to leave too in New Orleans, so they gonna need somebody that's gonna score. As far
Yeah.
as on the guard level. So I would go ahead and do like a sign and trade for the
Dude, I would love
man.
that right there, my man.
belongs there. You could take Kuzma with him. I'd take Kuzma with Schroeder, man. I wouldn't
You know,
mind.
like hey, my man. So I feel like with that Anthony Davis trade and stuff. I wish the Pelicans gave us Drew Holiday also, man, because that would have been great. I mean,
No,
dude, like,
they
yeah.
wouldn't give us Drew Holiday though. They was gonna give us like Solomon Hill, man.
Oh
That dude.
hell no.
Yeah, because they was trying to get him off the books because he was on the team for a while. So they ended up like he ended up going to like Miami or something like that. The Miami Heat.
He's a bum. Don't worry about that,
The
dude.
Lakers didn't win. They just wanted one player, which was AD.
Yeah.
That hard is too inconsistent. He wants to sign. He's a free agent, I think, so he wants to go somewhere else. Um,
Josh
but
Hart would fit on the Knicks or Miami Heat.
I think he's leaning towards going to New York. He wants to be in New York. New York. He wants to be in a big city. I would say big
Hey,
market.
yeah.
But
Him on the Miami Heat will look nice too. Josh Hart would fit the Miami system too, like that grit and grind system.
yeah,
That's
they
another
run
team.
that. Yeah,
No state taxes, man. I mean, there's a lot of booty over there too, man. So hey, I'll go to Miami. Shit,
I think he's
doesn't matter.
engaged or something like that. But that don't really mean shit.
All right, man. If we're like single and stuff, I mean, I was down with the Miami team and like just have fun out there and like just hoop and stuff, on a consistent basis and just be serious, But yeah, I mean the Miami team has to just make some moves in the offseason too, man. They're kind of like in the same scenario as us, because injuries fucked them up too in the playoffs and in the season. So but yeah, I feel like another underrated just move people don't expect the Lakers to do is maybe like signing a guy like Nerlens Noel. Have you thought of that? Nerlens Noel could help us.
I mean that's a good. That's a good. I mean that's a somewhat of a good pickup. I was leaning towards like a Miles Turner. I'm saying like a trade for him. I don't know if he's an unrestricted free agent or not. But Miles Turner would be like a tremendous pickup, far as
Oh,
with his size and stuff like that. And another guy I would say to pick up in free agency is probably like Duncan Robertson. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, that white boy could shoot out the gym, man.
yeah,
Yeah, but the problem is he plays no defense, but we need shooting. Basketball's all about like
man.
a team
I
defense.
think
So,
Miami on this bird right, so it has to be like he's a restricted free agent, so they have to like do like a trade, sign and trade, man. So that
oh
wouldn't be bad.
man,
I wouldn't mind Duncan Robinson on the team, bro.
hey, same here too.
Did he bring
Doug
back the white
McDermott could help us
coat?
too. Doug McDermott, the guy on the Pacers, hey, that dude can help us also, man.
Oh yeah. But Duncan, I would rather have Duncan more than what do you think of a trade? Kuz, Trez, KCP, 2021, 2023, first round for Jeremy Grant and Okafor.
Okafor's trash, dog. No, I'm not getting Okafor, man. Hell no. We don't need Okafor. I mean, like, we need, like, just athletic
He was nice in
big men and
college,
stuff.
though. Him and Quinn Cook. They was nice in at Duke, bro. They was real tough in Duke.
Yeah,
Kyle Lowry, he's a free agent. I think he's like number 4 in like the top 5 free agents. So I think the top 5 right now was like Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, Mike Conley, Kyle Lowry, and DeMar DeRozan. Those are like the 5 names I know that was like top 5 that I seen.
definitely. Yeah,
I think Kawhi got a player option, so he might
Kawhi's going to Miami. Watch it.
he can opt in his contract, and they can. I would say they probably do like a signing trade, how like KD did with Golden State.
Yeah.
So you got to think about the
Okafor's
money though.
making,
The money.
yeah, Okafor's not that good, yo. Like we don't necessarily need him. Like we don't necessarily need Okafor, but hey, if they can give us Mason Plumlee, I'm alright with Mason Plumlee. Actually, man, not Okafor. There's no way I'm getting Okafor on the team, man. Yeah, but hey man, I'm hoping like we make some moves though. Like I'm hoping, dog. Like I'm hoping, man. I don't wanna have the same team from just last year and stuff. And also, I feel like Gasol's going to just opt out of his player option. I think so. That's another good thing right there. Oh, Kawhi Leonard staying? Uh, no, I don't. No, I don't think he's staying, man. Like, if they lose in the second round, I mean, I feel like his list of teams are probably gonna range from the Knicks, the Miami Heat, or Golden State. Dude, Kawhi on Golden State, man. Oh shit, man. I don't want to see that, man. Yeah. I got so many fucking emails, dude. Kuzma will definitely get traded. Kuzma's not going to Miami, man. Hey, Donald man, you got, bruh, he's not going to Miami, man. You crazy, dude. Oh
Shit,
my
man.
god.
They need Duncan Robinson, bro. But yeah, man. Salute Don in the chat. Salute Amir. You did, my boy.
Salute, man. Shout out to the
Kawhi.
Clippers, man. I mean, Amir's the loyal one, and he has very
I
good
didn't come on
knowledge
the
of
show
the game.
last night. I went to bed early, so I think y'all had a show like late last night. I went to bed, so I
Shit.
apologize, Goat Mike and y'all, man. I come through,
Yeah, it's all good. Hey,
but
man. All right, man.
I can see the Clippers winning this series. But it's like I said, it's a hit or miss with like Paul George. He had bro. They both had good games last night. They had tremendous games. They had like 30 plus apiece. It's for like 65, I think, um, combined. So what that is, man, like I was talking crazy, man. I was talking junk a couple days ago. I'm not even gonna sit here and cap. I said Kawhi has a good game. Paul George has an okay game or a bad game. Um, Paul George has a good game. Kawhi has an okay game. I said they can't both have great games, but they proved me wrong last night because Kawhi was like shooting lights out from the 3-point line last night. Kyrie got injured today. You guys seen it. We were talking about that earlier. Earlier,
Nobody,
man.
nobody thought Paul George was gonna do that, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Go go, bro. Like, bro. Y'all go back on the tape, man. I said, bro, Paul George is a hit or miss player, bro. Like, he just can't have a great game alongside Kawhi, bro. But they last night, I mean, like you said, bro, like nobody didn't see this, bro. We didn't see this coming, man, from Kawhi and Paul George. I mean, Kawhi when he in his bag, bro, Kawhi he be going nuts. Kawhi be going crazy. But like I said, I just want to see a good series. Even though our squad, Lake Show ain't in his mud, but we'll run it back. You know what I'm saying? Like Bron said, I trust Palinka and Kurt Rambis. They gon' bro. Even if we run it back or not, we gonna get something in the off season, bro. And they going back to the regular schedule in October. So that's July, August, September, October. They got 4 months until we get the NBA season back. Fast, yeah, for sure, bro. For sure, my boy. Like, we gonna be back, man.
I hope they make some moves because right now I don't like the fact of the guys we have, man. And KCP got exposed because this year's playoffs exposed KCP. It showed that he can only shoot that well in the bubble. So we need to get KCP out of there and get Tim Hardaway or Torrey Craig or some guys who really are shooters. Because everybody keeps saying Russ and all this guy, but if we don't get no shooters in here, LeBron's gonna have an issue if we don't
I
find any shooters.
I
And
agree.
I know you said Miles Turner and Lonzo Ball, but if those dudes are gonna be out half the season, yeah, it's gonna look bad signing them dudes.
Bubble
They,
boy
they might,
Casey.
uh,
And I looking at Don comment.
they might have to low manage. I think the whole team should low manage. Don't play back to backs. That should go for everybody, the whole roster, from role players to star players. Nobody should be playing back to back because these players. Let's say we get Miles Turner. You don't want him being out 40 games. Or let's say we get Lonzo Ball. You want him to be out half the season. Like they got to low manage these guys. Even if you did get them, if they have an injury history, anybody that has an injury history or that's older needs to be low management. KCP is not old, but he needs to low manage. He's fragile. AD, same thing. LeBron, Caruso, all these guys. I mean, so I would love all the guys y'all named. Those guys are perfect, but they have to low manage because I don't want them guys hurt when it counts. That's just
Yeah.
me.
I mean, bro, I get what you're saying, bro. Like, as far as low managing and stuff, they won't have enough time to rest. And yeah, we do need to load up on shooters, like I said, but we need to load up on shooters. Like, I wouldn't. And as far as like getting like a big man and stuff like that, I wouldn't mind bringing back JaVale because I feel like he fit with Bron and AD. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand they wanted to get Marcus, so I don't know what they was trying to do this year. I mean, I guess they were trying to run a different scheme. I guess they felt like JaVale was clogging the paint. I mean, yeah, they played. Yeah, JaVale didn't really play that many high minutes like that in the bubble in the playoffs. But I mean, bro, regular season, bro, they was putting in work. And JaVale, I know his IQ ain't all up to par, but him playing alongside Bron, you know what I'm saying? He did, help us in the paint though. I mean, you had, bro, Clint Capella tried to go up on him, bro, when we played him in the regular season last year in January. I watched the game, bro. I seen it with my own eyes. JaVale sent his shit, bro. Now, if that was Marcus Gasol this season, bro, oh man, he would have got dunked on by Clint Capella, bro. So that's what I'm saying. If we had Mark Gasol like 6, 7 years ago, even 8, then yeah, of course, man, I had Mark Gasol over JaVale. You know, JaVale, he's a little younger, I would say, not too young, but he's athletic. That's what the Lakers really need was an athletic size big. They didn't really need no damn stretch five type player, bro. Especially with Vogel's system. Vogel runs, I understand he runs a 5 out, and the 5 out clears, everything spaces out the floor way better with the scheme they running. But I mean, we needed athleticism, man. And AD with him, he ain't trying to get down low and bang up against them with them big guys in the paint. He played comfortable alongside JaVale and Dwight Howard. They should have kept Dwight Howard, bro. Philly should not have gotten hold of him, bro.
And that's big facts. We should have kept one of the two guys.
Yeah, I mean, I would have should keep both of them, man. I mean, try to make the money work or something. 2019,
They
2020
did.
was a good year, man. I believed in that team when you got guys like Bad Take TV saying that we weren't a contender and that the Clippers were better than us because of the media. But y'all say that it's the same media that y'all hate and y'all don't like. But y'all was agreeing with everything what they were saying when it came to the Clippers. Now I'm not discrediting the Clippers. The Clippers are a good team. But what I'm saying is that Lakers team, it was people was trashing our team, bro. It was saying that we had a damn, a meme team, a meme squad. I'm like, bro, Avery Bradley, man, when he healthy, bro, he what he capable of. You know what I'm saying? He put in work. The White, we didn't even think the White was going to be on the team, bro. In the offseason of 2019, the summer of 2019, when we traded for AD and stuff, we got DeMarcus Cousins like a month later, bro. DeMarcus Cousins, who knows what would happen if even if healthy, he didn't get hurt in the offseason and couldn't play. We don't know, but I still think we had a well put together team, though, man. Even though we were struggling here and there, but we was beating the sorry teams, bro. And people were saying, "Oh, y'all, the Lakers can't beat no good teams." We beat them too. We were number one. Dwight Howard looking good in Philly. Facts. Way off P. Hey, he played good last night, man. But that's just one game. He gotta prove me next game that he can shoot, 8 for 10 or some shit like that for the 3-point line or something. Because he proved me wrong last night. But bro, the Lakers gotta bro. Some way, somehow they gotta figure out. I mean, even though we was an older team last year, but the chemistry, man, was there, bro. They didn't bring any, they didn't, even though they had some new guys, but we still had JaVale who, played with Bron. AD was going, get it, back together and stuff like that. When we knew that we was having a shortened season, we should have kept the squad that we had, man, because guys would knew. And this is what I've been preaching for the past couple of weeks. I said if we had the team we had last year, we all know each other's whereabouts. Everybody know each other go-to moves. Just the chemistry was right. Avery Bradley, he can walk because he didn't, what I'm saying, he went somewhere else. But they didn't, but it is what it is. We would have probably picked up somebody else. That team last year was fun, man. This team this year, everybody, Wesley Matthews, nah. I mean, shit, Danny Green, even though people killed him in the media, the social media and all that, but he was a starter, man. He played defense, here and there. He was an okay 3-point. His percentages went down over the years, but it still worked chemistry wise. That's what I'm telling you. I'll wait till next game. Gee, I waited till next. Yeah, with Paul George. Yeah. Um. Dan Plinkett, man, if you hear me, bro, please. I know y'all be watching YouTube, man. I know y'all Laker Nation, all y'all channel. You know what I'm saying? Salute to y'all. But can we please bring back a championship pedigree team? And let's get, even though we can get some shooters, but we need some players that can pass the ball better than Dennis Schroeder. I'm sorry. It's tough keeping a team together after a championship. Everybody wants their cheese, bro. That is true. But somebody can make some shape because, even though it was a shortened season, I still think the guys, it wouldn't have been no chemistry battle with the old guys that we had with Rondo, JaVale and Dwight, you know what I'm saying, and Danny Green. I think the sake of letting go of Danny Green was because they, the fan. He probably wanted to leave, man, because how everybody was treating him and stuff like that, and social media and stuff, and him and his girlfriend, his fiance or wife, I think, got threatened. But I don't think it was Laker fans that was threatening him. But carry on. Rondo wanted more money. That is true. But we could, like I said, we could make some shape, man. With the money wise, I would say you could convince them, like, hey, let's run it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I, damn, man, trading away JaVale. I know JaVale's been shot in the food MVP for many years, and he's not the smartest player ever. But damn, bro, miscommunication between the White and the Lakers. That is true. Done. You was telling nothing but facts, my boy. And bad boy for life. I feel you, my guy. It was fun. Yes, it was fun to watch. It was a fun team. They put in a lot of work, you know what I'm saying? And I would say just that team alone, the roster that we had last year, we was beating up on the sorry teams, man. We couldn't even beat half the sorry team. We barely was winning games, y'all. Wesley Matthews, man, he wasn't hitting on nothing during the season. He had a bad year. Montrez, there was games where he got off, but just the size and the lineup, teams matching him up against other players, he really couldn't even damn guard half the bigs. KCP is KCP. We didn't have him for dinner 4 years, bro. So I wouldn't mind him going. Danny Green. Not Danny Green. Dennis Schroeder. He can't fucking pass the ball, bro. All he do, he slows down the tempo when the Lakers when AD want to go up for like a alley oop or something, bro. He can't even. He don't want to throw the ball up. He want to. He'll dribble, goes back, top of the key, dribble back. Somebody sets him a pick. He tried to go for a pull up jumper. Like, come on, Dennis. Mark Gasol. Oh my gosh, don't get me started. Um, if we had that roster for the Suns, it would be. Thank you, bro. We would have beat them in 5. How do you feel about Al Horford? Too old and too slow. He probably gonna go back to the Celtics. Samurai said the Nets are in trouble. You think so? I mean, they said he came back clean, so it was like negative. So I'm pretty sure it was kind of like a little mild ankle sprain, but nothing too serious. He probably tweaked it a little bit, but he's probably gonna miss like game 5? He's probably gonna miss game 5. But I think James Harden can come back end of the series. Depending on how this series goes, he can come back. But back to your question, how do you feel about Al Horford? I don't know how I feel about Al Horford, man. We need athleticism, young players or players that bring back JaVale, man. Get the White. The White, he's on a non right. So he's like a one year with the Philadelphia. But Samurai, the Nets, I think they'll be fine, man. I mean, right now, way this series is going, it's up for grabs, man, on both teams, man, because plus our 2020 roster know each other, love each other, and AD hate Dennis. Yeah, I don't think he rock with Dennis too well, man. He ain't really rocking with bro too well because Dennis he was just playing for a contract. He came in. This is one red flag, bro. You came in trying to demand a starting job. You feel like you wasn't a backup point guard. That's one red flag. 2, you slow down the tempo. That's 2. 3, you didn't take it. You don't fit being a Laker, man. You didn't have what it takes, man. You scored 0 points in a playoff game, bro. I think what he pissed off a lot of Laker fans was that he demanded too much. The Lakers gave him a contract and he turned it down. I feel that wherever Dennis Schroeder goes, he won't get a max contract nor $84 million. And that Lakers offer back in February where they gave him $84 million extension. Yeah, man, you should have took that. But no, you think you deserve more because you think you're a high caliber superstar player, bro. He ain't even an all-star. When I saw Dennis came to the Lakers, I was not happy. The man was a bench player. That's what I'm saying. I thought the Lakers was going to put him, as a backup point guard. I think that was a plan all along. I don't know who was going to be a starting point. Maybe Braun was going to be a starting point guard, or they was going to have, Caruso play to them too or some shit. KCP at 3. So, I'm not questioning because I know what Braun and AD is capable of doing, man. They're top 5 players in the league. Rob Pelinka needs to be fired? No, not necessarily. Rob Pelinka I think he's doing a phenomenal job. I mean, he got those contracts off our books with Timothy Mozgov and Luol Deng. Luol Deng's contract was up this season, so thank you God we got that shit off our books because I didn't think that shit was never going to end. Um, you know, he got us Anthony Davis. Um, I think one of the small moves that he did was getting KCP, and you know that he signed the clutch, which him and Magic they was behind the scenes trying to get the big fish in LeBron James. A year later in 2018, I knew LeBron was going to come to the Lakers, and I was working at my old job a couple years ago. Um, LeBron was going to be a free agent. I said he probably gonna go to the Lakers, man, and everybody didn't believe in me. Who's gone? We don't know that. Yes, LeBron was going to be the point. Yeah, he was. Frank Vogel needs to be fired. I mean, they wanted to give him an extension. I don't think he's going to be fired. Here's the thing, guys. He had a lot. He had a lot of X's and O's as far as a coach. He had a lot of pressure on him because you of course your two main guys, your top five players, LeBron and AD. They weren't healthy. Then you bringing in these new guys trying to get them to know the system. Um, Mark Gasol wasn't really healthy all throughout the year. Um, so it was kind of like it was like a lot of things he had to do as far as a coach. And I think it just wasn't fair to him. So we gotta give him at least one more year. Just give him another year. I wouldn't want to fire him so soon. We can't be like that, guys. Man, we can't just be trying to get coaches fired. It just he had a lot of things dealing with injuries with your two main guys that that's going to give you wins, a lot of wins. Humble, do you think the Dame is coming? Ah, I knew that was coming, but I knew that question was coming. I really don't know. I really can't say. I mean, for a lot of people that are saying that the Lakers don't really have enough, I mean, I know the Lakers are capable of. The Lakers are used to, getting the big names and, it other teams will call the Portland Trailblazers and say don't do business with the Lakers, just like Popovich got in contact with the Pelicans when they had Dale Demps as their general manager and told them do not do any business with the Lakers, and that held us out from not getting Anthony Davis. I know you guys remember that now. So it's probably going to be another team that's going to try to throw some offers if Damian Lillard requests to be traded. But if he specifically wants to get traded to the Lakers, just that team only, and he feel like he wants, LA is where he wants to be at, then I think it's a yes and no. Yeah, I think he can come, but we got to be realistic, man. I think I want him to come to the Lakers. We just got to figure out something, man. As far as how we going, put together, a trade package. So yeah, I want him, but we got to see what happens in the offseason. Done. I'm not saying I disagree with you, but or not. I really want him on the team. Mark Jackson needs to be the Lakers coach. Now he probably gonna coach like he'd be a really good coach for the Portland or Chicago, even Memphis. Wise Kuz in the NBA. He can't even really hoop. It's like he wanted to be it's like he wanted to be 80 to LeBron. See, the thing with Kuzma, I already seen it coming from afar. I said I don't think because he plays a four position. He's not a three guy. He's a four guy, and he was like that when he played in high school and college when in Utah. Um, he and AD just don't really, they chemistry. What they probably get along and stuff. They're probably just good teammates to each other, but they don't fit together on the court together. And Kuzma, it kind of set them back. And do y'all guys remember? Do y'all not remember when they had the the little I think it was like the USA games, the Team USA games in 2019, where he had a little ankle injury, so his ankle kind of set him back, and I think it probably had something to do with his bounce too, because he didn't really have that explosiveness how he was his first 2 years in the LA. So, but I think that played a part in him being a bench player, kind of just because psychologically it probably can mess you up as a player if you feel like you a starter and you got a star player that just got traded to your team and is demanding to have a four, to play the four, not the five, and you got to just take a seat back. So I don't think he fits well with AD, so he probably got to go, man. I like Kuz, man, but Kuz been showing me a different side to him. I don't care what the man does, personal life, changing his hair color, but man, your personal life and your basketball, what you got on the court, man. It's two different things, bro. You got to go out and perform, man. Prove to the Lakers and to the fans. The fans, they pay tons of money. As us fans, we pay a lot of money. We pay cable and stuff like that. And just do it during streams and stuff and internet just to watch these guys play and perform. So he owes the fans and the organization a lot. I fired Frank Vogel on NBA 2K. Yes, Dale Dennis was a jerk with the Lakers. That's why he was fired. Yeah, because the Lakers was about to give up 5 players. What was it? Lonzo, Josh Hart, Kuzma, Zubats, and Rajon Rondo? Magic had Rondo on the trade, bro. That's 5. That's a starting 5, bro, for one player. And Dale Dennis
Hey,
wanted.
hey, humble. Now that I think about it, I'm glad we didn't give up Rondo because he paid dividends in the playoffs.
That's a fact, my bro, my boy. That's a fact. Where you think who's landing? I think Detroit or Dallas. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know what the Lakers want to do because he signed a 3-year extension with us, right? Goat Mike.
Who you talking about, Kyle Kuzma?
He doesn't have like a 3-year
Yeah,
extension.
Kyle Kuzma. I believe Kyle Kuzma signed a 3-year extension. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he did. Kyle Kuzma signed an extension, 3 years. So it's gonna be hard to move Kuzma because he signed a 3-year deal. So it's gonna be hard to kind of just drag him out the door
Yeah,
because of that. They shouldn't have given him that extension. They should have let him walk and got cash. Well, instead you pay to do the extension. Now it's gonna be hard to move him.
yeah. I think what they were trying to do is, just in case, when they can trade him too, so they can unload those, that contract of his. So it was kind of somewhat smart for the Lakers to do that, but they I read a report the other day that the Lakers was not happy with Kuz. They were disappointed in his performance and stuff like that. So he might be out the door, guys. So he might be on up out of there, bro. So Kuz, man, I was rooting for you, bro. Like you one of my favorite players, man. You know, I like him and Lonzo together. Like I feel like they were. They just had that chemistry, man, and he fit really well under Frank Vogel, man. I mean, let me rewind that. He fit well with Luke Walton's system, even though Walton was trying to like ice him and stuff like that in games, and benching him and stuff, just to give him a break. But he fit really well in Walton's system. The Walt had a really good system, but it just didn't fit LeBron, and because it was more of a space and pace offense where you had to run up down the court. It wasn't like any half court sets. It was just like kind of like Golden State, but just a little, with Luke Walton's twist to it. You hate you hear Lakers done fans want to trade AD for a Dame. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, it's some crazy fans out there that want to trade him and stuff. It's like why did the Lakers give him a 5 year extension? You know what I'm saying? For nothing. Like, and there's fans that are like, hey, trade Damian, trade for Dame, trade 80 for Dame. I'm like, bro, are you crazy? Yeah, we had to find like another big man talent. I mean, a big man with some kind of talent. The Lakers don't need to do that, man. The Lakers need to keep AD, you know. And AD, if you listen to him, please get a different trainer, bro. Get your body right, man. Take care of yourself, man. Like, you had these little knit knat injuries, bro. And it's like with your hand, it's with your face, it's with your, you know what I'm saying? Excuse my language, your ass, you know what I'm saying? Like, no homo, but um, your back, your toe, your finger, like, damn, bro. It's like playing Operation with you, bro. You ever play the game Operation? Operation was one of them games, you know what I'm saying, where you had to pick out he was injured, a little, he was in the hospital and stuff. The little board game, you had to, you know, operate him and stuff with his body. That's what AD is. Like, that's stupid though. People like AD don't just come in the NBA every day. That's what I'm saying, bro. Bro, he's a special talent, man. You know, generational talent. You just don't have guys like that every day. You know what I'm saying, that went through a growth spurt, and he was a point guard. You know what I'm saying? He was like 6'3" when he came into, like, I think like his freshman year of high school, and then he just grew and just kept growing. I went to school with a couple guys like that just got tall. I'm like, damn, bro. I remember we was in middle school, you was like shorter than me. Hitman in the building, man. Salute Hitman X, bro. Is any more games coming on today? I think Phoenix play in about an hour in Denver. The way this series going, it's probably going to be a sweep. So I'm pretty sure Hitman probably like, yo, this got to be a sweep tonight. I think AD can play 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, yeah, bro. Him and KD, they kind of like the same type of player. Body type wise, no, but AD, he can do it all, man. I think he just put a lot of he get injury. He get injury too fast, bro. Made of glass. What's good, humble? We play tonight. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, man. Y'all got a game tonight. Damn, bro. Y'all looking on the brink of eliminating the Denver Nuggets, man. That's crazy. I said if anybody want to, go all the way and win the chip, I want the Suns to win. And I mean, y'all beat us, so y'all better win. Yeah, I think AD and KD are like the same. Yeah, and people call me crazy. Salute Alpha, man. General salute. Kuz need to go. He's a waste of floor space. Yeah. He just doesn't fit the team. He don't fit Vogel's scheme, man. And plus he can't play with AD. I know. I thought it would be a 6-game series. Yeah, I mean, without having Jamal Murray, man, them dudes they look kind of clueless out there with the point guard position. They don't have nobody that can facilitate. They're not playing Bobo. Jokic, he just out there just playing, bro. I y'all done spoiled his MVP night, so KD not better than Kawhi. I'm sorry, but KD is a better offensive player. AD better on D. Yeah, that is true. KD is, bro. His mid range game is out the roof. If KD don't win this series, he not that guy. Hey, you might be right. Nah, Hitman, y'all too good, bro. I already knew it was over, bro. He can carry. He can't carry it. Yeah, he can't, man, because KD is offensively, his skills are just He's a shoot guy. He likes to shoot the ball. He's not like LeBron where he can get everybody his touches. KD don't make nobody else better, far as on that aspect. LeBron, he's trying to get everybody, going with him scoring the ball. So, Ella, we had to spoil it, humble. CP3 took it personal. Yeah, man. Hey, CP3 probably feel like he was the MVP or at least number two in the MVP race. We can't put him up there with Bron. Yeah, not at all. And I'm not being biased, and then I just think KD, that's just his game, bro. Like that's his his accolades. He's not a passer. He's not gonna get everybody going. He gonna have that ball, that rock in his hand, and he gonna go to work. He gonna go crazy. He gonna shoot the ball. But AD good on offense. I put AD better than Joker, Joel, and Giannis. Ooh, when healthy, AD is tremendous. KD losing, bro. CB3 is my dog. Hitman. KD fans are shot jocks, and Kawhi fans. No disrespect to Yuri, but Yuri's cool. I like him. He's probably not a biased Clipper Kawhi guy. Who were the top five MVP candidates? I think it was Jokic. Damn, who were the top five candidates? I'm trying to. I think one of them was I think it was CP3 or something like that. Then it was Donovan Mitchell. This was like 2-3 months ago, if I'm mistaken. Embiid, of course. Damn, because it changed. It changed this year. I think Giannis was on the top. I think it was Jokic, Embiid, Giannis, Steph Curry, and Chris Paul. I think CP3 came like last. Yeah, CP3 was 5. He needs to find a way to develop his passing game, get guys involved. Yeah, but it's probably too late for him now, though. So, a guy like KD, you know what I'm saying? He's still in his prime and stuff. He didn't really have a chance to develop a passing, like skill, you know what I'm saying, to get it, guys involved in the system. So, I give credit where it due, bro. Suns are going. Yeah, the Suns is tough, man. The Suns look scary, man. With these sneaky guys they got. You got Cameron Payne going out there, bro. Come on, bro. Cameron Payne. I'm not discrediting the brother. You know what I'm saying? He fought to get his way back into the league. You know what I'm saying? When nobody didn't believe in him. And I like motivational stories like that. Underrated underdogs, but you know that's a bad idea trading AD for Dame. Yeah, that is. Who said the Clippers were getting past the Jazz? I have no clue. But Don Mitchell, he got hurt last night. I think that ankle probably still bothering him. So that's not looking too good for the Utah Jazz. Facts, humble KD not on Brown level. LeBron is able to control the game. It doesn't matter who's on the floor. Yeah, LeBron is a game. He's a game manager, bro. He can manage the game well, even when little time left on the clock. He gonna take control over the game. That's just LeBron's game, bro. Like, who you think better, Giannis or Joel? I'll say Giannis, man, because he's MVP, 2-time MVP, and Defensive Player of the Year. Giannis, he's athletic. You know what I'm saying? You don't come across guys like that at his size. Big man like that going crazy. But Joel, man, I'm not taking nothing away from Embiid. Embiid is a skilled big, bro, and he can play in the paint. I think Snugs will motivate us more. I think so too. Devin Booker motivated, bro. I can see it. Yeah, I can't lie. The Suns are balling. I thought Denver was going to beat Phoenix, but I definitely was. I had a Phoenix in 6 or 7, man, because the way how Denver matches up with them, they match up with any team. Honestly, Denver is a pretty big team. Um, obviously they got some guys that's hurt. PJ Dozier, which I know him personally, he's a good guy. Columbia, South Carolina. Uh, Jamal Murray, you know he he's special, bro. I like him, man. That's a special player, bro. I got Giannis over Joel. Yeah, I got Giannis over just because Giannis, 2-time reigning MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and he was in the MVP race again. Suns and chicken nuggets. Donovan is not healthy, and Clippers found their flow. It's over, fellas. Hey, Yuri, I ain't taking that away from you, man. I mean, you might be right, bro. Their only shot was Donovan dropping 48 night. Yeah. I got 3 more minutes and I'm gonna hop off this for a little bit and I'll be back on with y'all later though. I'm gonna chop it up with y'all some more. Y'all in GOAT Mike. I gotta go run some errands real fast in like 3 minutes. So I can go with y'all. Hey bro, hit me on my other channel, Live Wire Sports Entertainment. Oh, for sure. Martin Pounds.
Damn, Donna, I'm on this thing preaching.
Man, I got to, man. I'm not biased when it comes to sports.
I need you to GM with the Lakers.
The GM of the Lakers? Oh, they don't want me to be the GM, man. I be on the phone call right now, man, plotting.
I mean, if Kawhi can do it, why not?
Where y'all P or D Booker? Devin Booker, that's easy. Bucks getting better though, Goat Mike. Yeah, the Bucks is playing better. I think those first 2 games, especially game 1, man, when they was getting torched. Game 2 was even worse, but I think game 1 was kind of like they kind of felt a little underwhelmed, I would say, in a sense. Like they kind of played they kind of feel like, man, shit, we got to play better. Then game 2, you just get blown out. So it's like, what the heck do we do? Look, bro, I ain't gonna say nothing. I fear the Suns, unlike Utah. Hey, the Suns, they look scary, man. And Chris Paul, man, I've been rooting for Chris Paul for so long. Even in 2018 when he was with the Rockets, I wanted them to beat Golden State. I didn't even know Humble was a chef. Oh yeah, I be cooking. Salute, go Mike. What's your channel, Humble? This Humble 803, man. 803. That's what I'm repping. I don't really put any content. I gotta start uploading content. I just put a lot of game, footage and stuff up there on my YouTube channel. I don't do nothing big, but I'm gonna start. I'm gonna get my, subscribers up. I'm gonna start doing, game, series. I might make a second channel just specifically for sports only, just because I rock with you guys on this Goat Mike, Laker Talk platform. So, but I'm gonna go grab me. I gotta go do some, guys. I'll be right back.
I'm about to grab me a bite.
Yeah, man. I gotta go. You know how it is, man. Appreciate the sub, Alpha, man. I appreciate it, my brother. Utah is not the Suns. The Suns beat 2 hurt teams. I would say this: they're 2 really good teams, bro. They're really good teams, like really, really good. They got some players come off the bench, scrappy, man. So, yeah, I'll be right back, y'all.
Chat room. Was good, chat. Martin Pounds. Martin Pounds. Salute. Welcome to the live show. Hey, Martin Pounds, you can hop on if you choose. Martin Pounds, you can hop on. Bad Boys, Amir, you can hop on. Martin Pounds, Don Lovato. Martin Pounds, Don Lovato, and Amir. Y'all can all hop on if y'all choose. I want to get Martin Pounds, Don Lovato, and Amir on the panel if I can. Game 4. Yeah, the Bucks are turning it around. They're playing better, not only offensively, but defensively. And CB Logic, you can hop on if you choose. CB Logic, Amir, Down Lovato, Martin Pounds, all you guys can hop on. Alpha 72 was good, Alpha. Yeah, I agree with Beast Warrior. I believe the Nets are in trouble, in my opinion. The Nets are in trouble. Yes. Bucks in 6. My pick is valid. Bucks in 6. Carter Payne. Okay, Martin Pounds. So Martin Pounds, this is CB Logic. Hey, I need what's good, Logic. Let me explain to him real quick of how to hop on. So Martin Pounds, here's how you hop on, my brother. If you hit the link on the screen. If you hit that link, it's gonna take you to it's gonna take you to a screen where it's gonna say your mic. It's gonna have the mute button. It's gonna have a blue barcode. You're gonna hit that blue barcode. Once you hit the blue barcode, it'll take you to the backstage. Once you get to the backstage, I can let you on. I'm explaining to you again. You hit the link. It take you to this page. You hit the blue link. It's gonna take you to a studio on the backstage. Then I can let you in the room. So that's how you come on, Martin Pounds. Amir, go ahead and hop in, Amir, and do your bragging. I know you got some bragging to do. Alpha was good. Don Lovato, you can hop on if you choose. Logic is right once again. Logic, I can't stand you. Go ahead.
Are you talking about the Bucks?
Yeah, man, I did not see this series turning around, but
I
since
told
the
you, man.
Bucks,
Even when Kyrie got hurt, the Bucks were leading. I thought the Bucks were still. I felt the Bucks were still going to win with Kyrie in the game. And I don't think Bucks have played their best yet. I don't even think they played their best in game 3 or 4.
what is good, Martin Pounds?
Hey,
You
what's happening?
you've been subscribed to my channel for a minute. I haven't seen you on the shows though.
Oh yeah, man. I've been working on my own channel for my main channel, so I was working on my own live sports channel. So that's why I hit you in the link and said, subscribe to my live wire sports entertainment. So I just started like last week, so I just got a couple of videos up there. Trying to get better at it, but hey.
Okay, so what do you got about Logic making me look bad once again?
Uh, repeat that again. I didn't get that last part.
Okay, so me and Logic had a disagreement about the Bucks. being able to be able to win the series.
Well,
I did not think this was going to be a series, but Logic is right so far.
well, I
He was
think,
right about the Heat. Go ahead.
well, I think that Kyrie injury kind of like gave the Bucks this game because if Kyrie didn't get hurt, the Bucks was, I mean, the Nets was winning when Kyrie before Kyrie got hurt. So if you look at it, if Kyrie didn't get hurt, then the Bucks could be down 3-1 easily. But they got up, they got away with the victory. So now
Mm-mm.
the Bucks have to go into the
Oh.
next game ready to steal a game from them. If they could steal a game from them, they have a great chance. I mean, it could go 6. I mean, I think it's gonna go 7. Harden might end up playing next game. We don't know yet, so it's a possibility. But Kyrie's injury is the one that's gonna be the key because he
Mhm.
has a history in the playoffs of being hurt. He never made it completely throughout the series, except for that year when they won it in Cleveland. So that's gonna really be the tail of the tape right there.
A Logic. What's your
Yeah,
response
hold
to
up, hold
that?
up, hold up, hold up. He said, yeah, he said the Nets were gonna win or be up 3-1 if Kyrie didn't get injured. I want to know how. Where do you get the where's the evidence that leads you to believe that?
I mean, they was winning. I mean, the
No, they
the
weren't winning when Kyrie got injured.
yeah, they was up. They was up. But
No, no, no. They weren't. They weren't up.
well, all right. Well, the logic is it's been you look at the first 2 games, and you look at the game that they lost. You know, they still don't have an answer for Kyrie. When Kyrie's in the game, the ball flows a little bit better for Kevin Durant. He don't have to do as much. The thing about the Bucks, I think will help them better is not letting Guinness bring the ball up the court. Let somebody else and let him play down low a little bit where they could get in a better flow in their offense. When he brings the ball up court, he gets them charge fouls, he turns the ball over, and then that plays right into Brooklyn's hand. So when Brooklyn's in their flow of the game and Kyrie's penetrating, scoring, and then KD stops scoring, that puts everybody like Blake Griffin in the flow of the game to be able to score more. It's still an uphill battle for the Bucks. Like I said, if Kyrie doesn't play, they have a better chance. But the thing about it is James Harden gonna play the next game? If he's not, if both of them out, Bucks have a really good chance to take the next game. But we'll see. Because like I said, Kyrie injury shows that he's been injured a lot.
Yeah, Kyrie is out for the series, and if James Harden doesn't play, Game 5 is set in stone. Like the Bucks are gonna win Game 5.
Yeah.
There's no way the Nets are winning.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I don't see the Nets winning unless Kevin Durant will that team on his back, and I don't see him doing that because he don't even want to play defense on Giannis. You know,
Mhm.
so and the thing about it is he gonna have to play both ends of the floor. And another thing, if Kyrie don't play and James don't play, who you gonna have to run the offense if KD has to be out?
Mhm. Mhm.
So I mean, I think the Nets got their hands full right now, so they're gonna have to figure out something.
Hey, Logic, you still there?
Yo, you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you now, Logic. You kind of muffled out. Your mic muffled out for a second. Hey, Logic, what's your response to what he just
Yeah,
said?
yeah. Oh, okay. I missed some of it, but yeah, I kind of fell out. But what was he saying about? I heard some of it. I didn't hear everything.
Oh, I was saying that I think that you were saying that you don't. I guess you say you don't see how the Nets will win the series. And I was agreeing with you because with James Harden and Kyrie out, it's going to be an uphill battle for the Knicks because the Nets, because the fact of the matter is KD going to have to take a break at some point of the time in the game, and I don't think he's going to be able to play 40 plus minutes a whole game and provide scoring and defense. So they're gonna have to find some kind of offense.
Mm.
So, and I think the whole team was constructed around KD, Harden, and Kyrie. And now that you probably 2/3 of your offensive scoring power out, and everything got to be on KD. And he actually is recovering from Achilles. After he's been sitting out a whole year, so you don't know how much pressure he gonna be because he didn't really have to play a lot of minutes, but now he's going to have to. So
Go deal with Tanya. I'll get things moving here. We'll see you at the rally, and I'll see if I can take some minutes. Okay, ladies, we're doing this in order of need and experience. I'm afraid I'm not going to go from now. Got one, got one. Doesn't work. Ooh, is it? Some order of need. Hello again. Oh, hi. How are you? I'm good. Yeah, I just got a couple of mooch, see if I can cut up for me and boy. Great. What sort of stuff was he two cousins together?
y'all still there?
We'd have to ask him.
I laugh
Hello, y'all still
because
there?
yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, no, you made some great points because when people say KD is the best player, like right now, KD doesn't have any playmakers, but we see that what he does when he has to play 40 minutes and create the offense. He's not LeBron. He can't take that workload like LeBron, James Harden, those type of dudes.
Yeah,
But yeah, but it's a lot of fanboys that would say, oh, KD, he can score. Yes, he can score the best of them. But when he's asked to do the things that LeBron had to do in 2018 or 2007,
yeah,
really run the offense, play good defense, do everything for the team,
yeah.
and guard someone decent on the other team. It's not easy. That shows like in 2016 we saw what happened down the stretch with KD. But people they don't see those kind of things until this something like this happens. But those are usually the fanboys.
Yeah,
They don't know much about the game. They think that because a guy scores, they look at all the
it's
glamour and they're like, oh, he drops 30 or 35, he's unstoppable. There's other facets to the game.
exactly, and that's why I was like I like KD. Wrong, I like KD. I like Kawhi. I just think that KD, his opportunity on defense comes when he has everybody, his other components around him. But like you just say, when back in 2016, he's not built like LeBron. Best part of LeBron's game is facilitating, getting everybody involved. Now, you know, I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, but I do give credit where credit due because he does know how to slow the offense down. He knows how to get pick his points where he need to get his teammates involved, where he don't have to carry the load. That's what KD gonna have to understand. As long as he's been in the league, he never been asked to do none of that. He always had James Harden, he had Russell Westbrook, then he had Steph Curry, and he had Klay Thompson. So now he got Kyrie. So he's never been asked to really been the vocal point to set up the offense. So but it's gonna be very, very interesting.
Hey, let me add Logic back to the screen.
All right.
I think his mic might have.
What?
Logic, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I thought he froze or something. I thought is yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Now, a Logic, your partner in crime has showed up.
What?
What's good, Logic? Oh
What?
man, what's good, Logic?
No, I didn't hear what he said. What did Gold Mike say?
He said your partner in crime is here.
Okay, I don't even hear. Yo, all right. So, what the hell did you just say?
Your partner in crime is here.
Okay. I was like, no, this guy, he the thing about Yuri is, man, this guy's talking crazy. It's unfortunate he doesn't want to put anything down on his.
What?
He said 10 million.
10 million bitcoins.
Bitcoins. Okay, all right. You got 10 million Bitcoins. All right, I'll take that.
Hey, bro, it's over for Utah, man. Nah, they're done, bro. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Is Conley coming back?
He's not coming back, bro. Clippers smell blood, man. Clippers smell blood. Donovan Mitchell
I don't know.
is unhealthy, bro.
I don't know. I don't know. I think they can win Game 4.
Oh, you was crazy, Logic.
I don't think they played well in Game 3. Do you think they played well? Or?
Bro.
Clippers shot what, like 50-something% from 3?
yeah, we did the right thing. I mean, it was an easy game, to be honest.
We'll have to see if you guys can shoot.
Composure. I like the poise we had, and that's the way I like us playing. We played a lot of composure and poise. We didn't give up crazy leads like everybody thinks we do all the time. Yeah, man, solid performance.
I don't know. We're gonna have to see this one. You know, I think the Jazz took their foot off a bit. You know, I got to see Game 4. I thought they were poised enough to win Game 3, but clearly they did not play their best. Clippers played well, shot well from the 3. I got to see Game 4. I don't think the Clippers got Game 4. It's not a guarantee. Definitely not a guarantee. Oh no.
Yeah.
Clippers 3-point shooting is going to drop down a bit. I think Jazz.
So you don't know that for sure. We hot right now.
Well, you're hot right now, yeah, for a game, but you know you'll get back to your usual numbers. I think the Utah will play with more hunger. You guys were more desperate in Game 3. Clearly, you can watch the game there. You guys were playing with desperation.
But
Jazz, I don't know.
I think because that the way they was playing defense on Donovan Mitchell with Man and Beverly. I think that's the key going down the stretch. That'll keep Kawhi and Paul George for have to guard Mitchell because he's been eating them up. I mean, even though he got 30, but you was able to slow him down enough and take the ball out of his hand, and he has to have the ball in his hand a lot.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's what
happened. That's why you saw Paul George play with more poise offensively. He had more energy.
Yeah.
You have to guard Donovan Mitchell the whole game.
If Tyronn Lue keep the lineup fresh and keep using the people that the players he have on his bench instead of sitting on one game here and one game there and expecting Kawhi and Paul George to play offense and defense at the same time. I mean, they could do it, but then they get burned out towards the end of the game, and then Donovan Mitchell, he gets a break. You know what I'm saying? Then when he come back in, he's fresh and he's running around. He looked like another version of Dwayne Wade out there.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't think PG Kawhi are fast enough to guard him off a pick and roll. So it's not.
Nah.
it's not a good matchup. Like as good defenders they are, they're not backing up a guard like Donovan Mitchell off pick and roll, man. It's not happening.
No, no, I don't think so either. That's why you need somebody crazy like Pat Beverly and man out there that's just as fast as him.
Exactly. And then you have to double the pick and roll and help. They need help too. It's not easy.
Exactly. And the way they move, the Clippers move Rudy Gobert from the basket and make him come out and put him in a high pick and roll. That was very successful, and that was able to let Kawhi and Paul George able to get to the basket more.
Facts. I
Oh
mean,
yes, yes, I noticed that too. Exactly.
Gobert was playing on the perimeter more, yeah, because Batum was out there just sniping from three.
Exactly.
Saw that too.
So, but I think that's what I said. If the Clippers continue to play like that and come out and Ty Lue don't change the lineup and mess it up and go back what works in game 3 to game 4, and they keep figure it out down the way. I mean, it could go 7, but I want them to be done in 6 because they work my nerves, man. I'll be like, the first 2 games, I'll be like, how you can start off the first game of the second series, go down 0-2 again, and it's like after a while you're gonna keep going to that well, and you're not gonna be successful doing it.
Yeah, I mean, but hopefully we're successful.
Yeah. So, because the thing about it is that the Phoenix, I'm looking at the Phoenix series, man. To me, they playing, even though they playing teams that have a player that been hurt, but they playing unbelievable basketball right now.
Yeah, I mean, Phoenix is man tough. Everybody's going off on their team. Everybody has a role, purpose, playing a purpose
Exactly.
for you. Man, it's a collective unit out there, man. CB3 leading the team. They
Exactly.
love it.
Yeah. I mean, the way things looking in the playoffs now, if if the Nets get bounce out, it's gonna be a toss up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I would love to see CP3 get a ring though. I mean, I think it's be well deserved for him, you know. But it's just. I mean, you got this still gonna have the Clippers in your way or Utah, and that's not gonna be easy. Then you probably had the Bucks if they beat Brooklyn, knock them out of the way, and then you got Philadelphia, which you don't know which Philadelphia team you're gonna get.
Yeah, I mean, I don't trust Philly as much as I trust the Bucks. I mean, the Bucks to me, like, I think this series is going to give them even more confidence going into
Yeah,
the series because the Bucks, their main issue has always been morale and confidence and
yeah,
coaching and stuff like that. I mean, this series gives them a good chance to figure out all that out and fix all their issues
and
going into the next series.
and I think that the Bucks should look back what they went through with Miami and Miami putting them out last year, and you dealing with a team that have better scoring, but with all these injuries, you got to take advantage of that. You can't sit there and worry about because if you don't take advantage of it and you somehow you lose a series with James Harden out and Kyrie out, this is going to be a major confidence blow for them going into next year.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out Humble, Mark.
Yeah.
Okay, you got anything on this? I guess he's busy.
You,
Yeah, we're talking about the Bucks tonight, tying up the series. What do you think about that?
you.
Yo, Mike.
One second, Mayor. I gotta fix this noise in the background. Hold on. All right, I'm back. So, what was the question? I finally got the noise fixed off. What was the question? What's her name? Amir.
If the Bucks coming back in the series, they're winning the series. Go, Mike.
Man, with Kyrie hurt, the Bucks already won the series. They already won it tonight. Tonight was the win. No Kyrie Irving. Even if Kyrie plays, he's not going to be. If he's not 100%, man, they're not winning this.
Listen,
Man, I got the Bucks winning the next two games in emphatic fashion.
this right here just goes to show that if you're not at full strength as a team, you're not going to be as successful as you would be without it. You know, everybody talked about how LeBron didn't do what he had to do. It's looking the same way with everybody else, with all other superstars. Look at KD. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have have a unit, man, a team. The league as a whole is filled with too many great players for you to just have one great player and expect to do something. It's just not going to happen no more.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I mean? It ain't a knock on KD. It shouldn't be a knock on LeBron. It shouldn't be a knock on any player in the league. You know what I mean? Because the league is just that great right now. The NBA is at an all-time high when it comes as far as players in the league. You know what I mean? People just got to learn how to respect that.
I was a baby. I was a firework. White fire.
So
Go ahead,
go, Mike. Go ahead. Go ahead, go, Mike.
okay. Oh, my bad. My mic is going on and off. Back to what I was saying. Marcus Spikes is 100% right. If you look at the Lakers series, Lakers are up 2-1. AD goes down, the whole series changed. Not only that, you got Jokic without Murray. If Jokic had Jamal Murray, man, they would not be down on 3-0.
Nah.
Murray would have them boys in a 7-game series. I don't see. And the Marcus Spikes, I don't see anybody for the Suns that can guard Murray. Nobody. I don't care what defense you play. Murray's not LeBron James. Murray can step back and shoot. He can dribble the ball, cross you up, go by you.
Listen.
He does all the things that Chris Paul can do at a younger age.
Murray to me is like a more agile and prototypical Tony Parker.
And Marcus Spikes, don't forget, y'all. Mike Conley, bro. Amir and Logic are ignoring the facts. Mike Conley makes Mitchell's job way easier.
Oh yeah.
Not having Mike Conley, that's making it harder for Mitchell. Mitchell got to play way harder. And matter of fact, Mitchell's playing out of position without Mike Conley. Mike Conley makes the job easier. If they have Mike Conley in Game 3, I guarantee you they don't get blown out by 20 points.
Yeah.
Guarantee that.
because Mike Conley's going to run that point. He going to control more of the ball. You know what I mean? Now Donovan Mitchell not only has to put the ball in the basket, now he got to contribute and get assists too.
And you know what? It makes the Clippers. The Clippers can guard easier without Mike Conley because if you force the ball out of Mitchell's hand and there's no Mike Conley, who are you throwing the ball to? Joe Ingles? We got to keep that in perspective. If they have Mike Conley, if you force the ball out of Mitchell's hand, now Mike Conley can control the game, get to the basket, lay up, hit 3-point shot, facilitate, run the offense. Now Mitchell's playing out of position. Huh?
Mike Conley would have taken that playmaking role. He would have shredded the defense too on the pick.
Exactly. Mike Conley's playmaking is being missed. His playmaking and his shot making is being missed now for the Jazz.
But there's certain players that get injured that teams miss out on and fans miss out on. You know what I mean? Because most fans are so used to talking about the number one stars and stuff like that they fail to realize the more important pieces that may get injured and cause a problem.
And Marcus Spike, I can take it farther back. Remember how it was Golden State? It was Golden State with KD, Stephen Clay against the Rockets. Right. Okay. Once Iguodala, now Iguodala, he's not a star player, but once he went down in that Houston series, the Golden State struggled to play defense. Once he went down,
all that type of stuff count. I can go one further than that. The year that LeBron came back and Green got suspended.
That changed the whole series. When Draymond Green missed game, he missed game 5?
Yeah.
When he missed game 5, that changed the whole series. Game 5, Marcus Spice, game 5 is a pivotal game.
Listen, by the time he came back, the team was already in shambles.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
It was already a wrap.
Look, I can go to this year, Marcus Spike. I can go this year. That boy for the Bucks, Sinjo. Sinjo, how you say his name?
Right.
Sinjo was cooking from 3. Right. Once he went down, what happened?
That's what I'm saying. I can keep going. We're about to see how the Sixers look without Danny Green.
Yep.
Exactly. Without Danny Green, they have one less defender and one less shooter. That changes the whole dynamic.
You know what I mean? That's going to make Ben Simmons have to score more and Joel Embiid and Harris, for which I don't think it'll be a problem, but it's going to hurt him on the defense.
And I'm explaining to you this right now, everybody in the panel. Once James Harden went down, you know what happened? They lost playmaking. They lost shot making. James Harden, he made everybody's job easy for the Nets. In game 1 and 2, James Harden dominated in game 1 and 2. Once he went down, they do not look the same.
See, and that's what I was trying to say about players. You know what I mean? Like, people be so quick to get on certain players and stuff like that when they don't make things happen. But you got to realize about the role playing and stuff like that. You got to have role players, man. In any sport, NFL, Major League, whatever, you got to have role players. And without them role players, man, you're just a team. Superstars ain't always going to be able to do what they supposed to do night in and night out, even though they superstars. I mean, they're still human.
Then James Harden had he was averaging about 5, 6. It could be more assists in the first round.
I'm gonna be honest. I ain't even watched none of the Brooklyn games.
It's not even what's her name? I forgot his name. Martin.
Yeah.
Hey, Martin. Let me explain to you this. it's not even just the stats. James Harden, he allows Kyrie Irving to play his natural position. Kyrie's not a point guard. Kyrie's a scorer.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you have James Harden out there, then that allows Kyrie to play his role and be effective. When you ask Kyrie to play point guard, you're asking him to play a position that he's not accustomed to. That's why Kyrie and LeBron fit so well, because you have LeBron at the point and you
Yeah.
put Kyrie at the two spot. But now with Brooklyn, you ask Kyrie to play the one, and that's not his role. Now Kyrie can't be effective.
He can't
And
be
that's
at
why
that.
and that's why it didn't really work with Kyrie that much in Boston either, because he had to run the point there.
Yep, and that was a problem. When you put Curry at the point guard, that's like putting Russ at the point. Russ ain't no point guard. Russ is a two guard or a
Yeah.
three guard.
And that's what I was getting at with the James Harden situation. I was like, because his assist totals was up because he was facilitating, even though he was getting his points, but he was able to facilitate to make it more easier for Kyrie and Durant to get in the flow of the game. And to your point, his presence is missed a lot.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you.
And also, y'all, and Marcus, my bad.
No,
I just
you
want to say
good.
this real quick. Everybody forgets Dennis Schroeder is not a point guard. Dennis Schroeder is a scorer. So Dennis
Yeah,
Schroeder is also playing out of position.
yeah,
I'm gonna say this. I think in the past, I'm gonna say 3 to 5 years, James Harden has proven to be the most charismatic player that you can think about. Because it's like, what could you really do to stop him? When he's healthy, when he's fully healthy, James Harden stops himself.
yeah,
When he's fully on his game, there's nothing that you can do. He gonna get to the free throw line. He can hit the 15-foot shot jumper. He can hit the 3-point shot. He's making his free throws if he get fouled. The only thing with him is, and he's even doing better with that, is his defense was lacking, and he's even doing that a little bit better.
yeah. I think that was the kind of almost like the weakest part of his game was defense.
You know what I mean? The fact that he's putting that much effort into at least trying to play better defense, you got to give that young man respect, man. I
Yeah.
respect that dude. I respect the hell out of James Harden, man. I just be wanting people to stop throwing so much pressure on these superstars that don't get it done when their counterparts is out. I think it's kind of like messed up. Like, okay, they the superstars, they the best players on the team, but they built something with their team, and their team ain't there.
And injuries
And
is part of the game. I mean, it's next man up. You gotta go out there and play, no matter what the lineup is.
Yeah, you gotta look at.
and Martin Spikes and all you guys on the panel. Everybody always brings up superstars. But they forget about there is no team to win a championship in NBA history or even sports history to win without their role players being a factor. You start with the Lakers to the Celtics to the ball
The
any team that won the
the Bulls.
Pistons to the Dallas Mavericks, Mavs to the Heat to the who else? The Spurs. All the teams that have won chips, their role players were a big factor. I
Yeah,
don't care who it is. You go from MJ to Kobe to the Hakeem. It don't matter who. If your role player is not being a factor, I don't care how great your
exactly.
superstars are.
And I'm gonna say this about the Lakers this year. This whole season, the Lakers ain't play with their main starting five the whole year. Like the whole year, they played with nicked up players throughout the. See, they didn't have no time to really even like build that camaraderie with each other. So
But I'll tell you, hey, Marcus Spikes, I have to disagree with that pointer. Even if this team had played together the whole year, they still wouldn't be able to win. And here's why: these players are not winning players. Andre Drummond, he's not a winning player. He's a player
No,
that he has no post moves. You got Dennis Schroeder playing for a contract. You got KCP who can't shoot outside the bubble. You got Caruso who can only do so much. These players were not winning players. So even if they had played the whole season and built, bro, this team was never going to have chemistry for the fact these guys don't like each other. They don't. These guys don't love each other. Montrezl Harrell, Dennis Schroeder, all these guys. None of these guys like each other. So this team was never going to have chemistry for the fact you had everybody having beefs, everybody arguing about minutes, playing time, roles. Nobody accepted last year's team. Marcus Spikes made last year's team so good. Everybody loved each other. Everybody accepted their role. Everybody bonded
exactly.
together.
And the thing about it is, I think the Lakers messed up when they could have kept Rondo, JaVale McGee, and Dwight Howard. That would have kept probably would have helped AD from being hurt.
even if they would have just kept Dwight Howard and Rondo, it would have been a little bit better. But they could have kept JaVale McGee also.
Yeah, you could have low managed AD.
You
Yeah,
know what I
those
mean?
guys.
I never understood why they wanted to get more Gasol. I never understood that.
That was a terrible pickup. They should have ran it back. They should have
I
paid.
never understood that. Like you give up Dwight Howard for Gasol basically.
But
Exactly.
here's my problem, y'all. They went in signed Kuzma to a 3-year deal. You went and signed Dennis Schroeder. You signed Andre Drummond. You signed Marcus Gasol. Why would you do that? Why not just go ahead and why would you not go and pay Dwight Howard, McGee, and Rondo instead? Why would you not bring back the same team that you
Exactly.
just won with instead of paying other guys who are bums?
Something that I was thinking even they got their ring. I still say that they should have kept Bi over Kuzma. I just think Bi is just a better player, man.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. They should have not kept Brandon Ingram, and here's why. Brandon Ingram had a beef with LeBron James. That's not gonna fit.
Yeah.
You can't have players on the team if they got beef with a player. LeBron and Brandon Ingram, they were not getting along. They were having beef about who's getting the ball, who's going what. It wasn't fitting. And secondly, they should have paid Rondo instead of Kuzma. You mean to tell me you couldn't give that money to Rondo instead of Kuzma? That's
Exactly.
crazy. You mean to tell me you couldn't give Gasol's contract to Dwight Howard? You couldn't give Schroeder's contract to one of these other guys who was already on the squad?
The
That's
only
my
person,
problem.
the only
And,
person
and everybody keeps saying, and look, let me explain to y'all this. Y'all have to stop bringing up. We should have kept Ingram. Ingram did not work with LeBron James. They didn't like each other. So I don't know why people keep saying we should have kept Ingram, man. We should have kept Ingram. Humble, Marcus Spikes. All you Lakers fans, y'all cannot be saying that, bro. Brandon Ingram did not like LeBron. That dude hated LeBron.
Wait,
That dude
wait, wait,
taking
wait. Pause, bro. You said I said that Brandon Ingram should have stayed with the Lakers, bro.
no. Somebody was saying we should have kept Ingram instead of Kuzma, and I don't like the fact of keeping Ingram. For the
No,
fact Ingram had a beef with
their games don't complement each other at all. Because you got Ingram who likes to have the ball in his hands as well to be effective, to go to the rack. LeBron has to have the ball in his hand, just because he feeds off the energy. So when the next man is up, you better be ready to hit, make that shot. And they, remember if you watch LeBron's first year in LA, they had Ingram playing the two a little bit. Some of them games like under Luke Walton's system. So
Okay. What's the name? Humble. Humble. My bad. I mistaken you for somebody else. I could have swore somebody told me that outside of Spikes, somebody so humble. My bad. I apologize.
No, you
A
good.
lot of folks been hitting me in the DM saying we should have kept Ingram. No, that does not work. Ingram and LeBron could man. They
I
was
ain't realize they were beefing like that. So
bro. We watch all the games. Humble. Me and you watch all the Laker games. That shit was not working with him and Ingram.
yeah, I agree with that.
Because they had Ingram
They
playing
were
the
That,
not.
two. His primary position is the three.
and that's LeBron's position, the three.
LeBron's position is
Just
well
like
too.
I just like the way Bi played the game. But if he can't play well with the best player, then nah.
Brandon Ingram, here's what you don't get, Marcus Spikes. Brandon Ingram can't play off ball. He showed that with the Pelicans. If Brandon Ingram does not have the ball, he don't do shit else. He
That's
stands
what
in the
I'm saying.
corner.
He's not effective not playing off the ball because he has to go. He has to create a shot. He likes to go to the rack too because his physique. What I'm saying and I would say like his skills. He like I said, he's really effective going to the rack really well. He's just not a player that can play off the ball. You know,
That's exactly it.
he's
I
not.
got
He's not
Humble,
a good
humble,
guy.
humble's hitting it. Humble is beating the dead horse. God
yeah,
damn.
yeah.
Humble is smacking that thing. This dude, Brandon Ingram, you put him off ball, he ain't doing nothing. He's gonna stand there and look crazy.
That's just not his thing, man. He can't. It's not that he doesn't want to; it's that he's just not effective that way, bro. Like
I think he just need to get his weight up a little bit more. I mean, he's still pretty young, so he still got time.
If you look at Kyle Kuzma, look, I'm gonna explain to y'all this too. Y'all probably ain't noticed what I've seen. Now I watch every Laker game this season. Andre Drummond Dennis Schroeder, and Kuzma, they all can't play off ball. None of them. If Andre Drummond does not get 15 touches, he's a non-factor. If Stoder don't get 15 shots, he's a non-factor. If Kuzma ain't getting 20 shots, he's a non-factor. We have too many guys on this team that if they don't get 15, 20 touches, they're non-factors. That's the problem with this team is that too many guys need too many touches. You got Montrezl Harrell. Montrezl Harrell, he was effective for the Clippers. You know why? Because Montrezl got 15. No, Montrezl Harrell, I believe, got 10 to 12 touches, guaranteed with the Clippers. He's not getting that with the Lakers. Montrezl, all these dudes, Montrezl, Drummond, Kuzma, Schroeder, all these dudes, if they don't get at least 12 touches, they're non-factors. Last year's team, everybody could get 5 touches and be a factor. This
Yeah.
year's team, these guys can't do that. That's the problem. And I watch every game.
You know what it is? Though, what I think the Lakers try to do, they try to get players that they felt as though could get the ball and get the job done if need be. But what they fail to realize is they're not going to get the ball like they used to. So that's where they messed up at. You know what I mean? Like players, like you said, like Montrez and stuff like that. If they get the ball that many times, they're gonna get the job done. Like that, like Montrez is the animal down there. If you give him the ball down there like that, he gonna get the job done. But he's not. But that's not what they need him for.
And I can explain to you, like this, everybody on the panel. I'm gonna explain to you like this. Last year's team, look at Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard did not need many touches to be a factor.
Nah.
JaVale McGee, same thing. Rondo, same thing. All the guys we had last year, they did not need a bunch of touches to be a factor.
They bought
And they also loved they loved each other as a whole. This year's team, everybody need 15, 12 touches. Like that's not basketball. If I got to pass you the ball 15 times for you to be a factor for the whole, bro, can you imagine having if the whole team needs 12 touches, what does that tell you? This shit don't work. You can't have a bunch of
that championship team brought it to the process. That's
how many? Hey, Marcus Spice and everybody on the panel. How many teams do y'all know? How many teams do y'all know where the whole team needs 12 touches to be a factor and they want a chip?
Not many.
Not too many teams.
You look
Nah.
at Robert Ory. You look at Robert Ory. He get the ball one time. He gonna hit the game winner. You get a ball to Derek Fisher 5 times. He gonna get you 12, 14 points. You get a ball to Lamar Odom 5 times. He gonna cook somebody. You get a ball to Shaq a few times here and there, and he just fine. You get a ball to Joe Dumars and Lambert a couple of times. They just fine. All the teams that have won chips, those guys did not need the ball as many times to be a factor. This team, bro, everybody needs the ball 12 times. Because when I watch these guys, when I watch Stroder play with OKC, Stroder was getting like 12 or 14 touches. So Stroder was a factor because he was getting the ball. Same for Drummond. When Andre played with the Pistons and the Cavs, he was getting fed the ball a lot. So he was a factor. Montrez with the Clippers. Look at how many times look at how many times they would give Montrez the ball over and over and over. It was a factor. Montrez came to the Clippers. When Montrez came to the Lakers, less touches, less production. Andre, less touches, less production. We need guys on this team that don't need as many touches to be that factor. If we keep the same roster, humble, I feel bad for our team, bro. Because we need guys on this team that don't need the ball as much. And that's the problem with this roster. We got too many guys who needs too many touches. I've never seen a team win a championship where everybody needs 12 touches. That's bullshit. When you watch the Spurs play, all those guys give them 5 touches apiece. They're just fine. This team, these guys need way too many touches to be a factor. And that's what I've noticed. Andre Drummond, if you don't get 12 touches, he's nobody. Same for Montrez, same for Stroder, same for all these dudes. Even THT. If you don't get 10, 12 touches, he's done. Caruso, same thing. Marc Gasol, same thing. These guys need way too many touches. I've never seen a team win a chip where everybody needs 12 touches. That's asinine.
Yeah.
I can understand the superstars needing all them touches, but if you told me my whole bench, all my role players need 12 touches, bro, it's one basketball. How am I gonna do that shit? Yeah, see what I'm saying? I'm cooking. I'm actually cooking. I'm actually on fire cooking because I'm fired up. I'm fired up cooking right now. What I got on this humble Martin and all you guys?
Because like to your point, because what you're saying is that all them players that's on the Lakers, when they played elsewhere, they had to have the ball in hand. They was ball dominant. They don't know how to come in and be and play their role. They want to still be that person, having the ball in hand, scoring, and whatever the case might be. When the team is clearly not built that way, and so therefore is a recipe for disaster. And like you say, all them touches is never going to work because somebody has to step back and say, well, hey, I'll take 5, 6 shot attempts, move the ball around, being fluid. Like one of the, like the Spurs, I always consider them one of the best passing teams in the NBA because they knew how to move the ball. They knew how to put people in position. They had role players that knew what they needed to do. There was nobody like you might have Ginobili one night scoring 30 points. You might have Tim Duncan one night scoring 30. You might have Tony Parker, or you might have somebody else. But everybody, there might be a bench player scoring 20 points leading the team. There's always players willing to step up. Now you got all these players that, like Dennis Schroeder, for instance, he came there. He didn't want a lesser role. But he still wanted a max deal. But in order to get a max deal, kind of like play a role to make yourself more valuable. When you play out of character and you're not doing what you're supposed to do, then and you get traded to another team, you're not gonna get the money that you thought you was gonna get. You were looking for.
Mm-hmm. That's a great scenario. Like like you said, like with the Spurs, man, like everybody bought into a system and it worked. Everybody was effective. With the passing and one night Duncan, he might go off, and then the other night Tony Parker might go off, and Ginobili, what he's capable of. He might go off. Like everybody bought into it to the system, and I think with Pop, Pop, he also knew how to coach egos as well too.
Yeah,
Because he was very high critical of his players, but they all bought into the system, and I think that's like one of the last teams I knew that. And I'm just talking about the Tim Duncan Spurs. I'm not talking about
yeah,
today's Spurs under Pop, but Pop was still is a really great coach himself. They it worked. They're not those guys. If they was playing with contracts or not, they still bought into the system.
exactly.
It wasn't about me, me, me. It was about I as a team. And man, them Spurs team, even though they was boring, but they was lit, man. They played with poise.
Hey, Martin and Humble. After all the cooking I was just doing, they should hire me as a GM. I think
Then it's Ari as a
they
GM.
should hire me as GM, man, because look,
You could
I'm gonna
probably
get
be like,
guys that hey Humble and Martin. I'm gonna get guys. I'm gonna get a bunch of guys that's gonna play hard and that don't need many touches. You can't have a full team of role players who need 12 touches. That's asinine. That's
because
way too many.
you gotta give if you gotta give Wesley Matthews the ball like 30 times for him to only score like 12, bro. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not giving him the
I
ball,
forgot
man.
about him.
Don't get me
All
started
these
on Wesley.
dudes, and look humble. I can prove I ain't lying. If you look up how many touches Wes Matthews got with the Bucks, if you look up shortest touches with the OKC, if you look up Andre touches with the Pistons and the Cavs, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. These dudes need multiple touches just to be a factor. That's the problem. We got too many dudes on this team where everybody needs the ball 12 times to get 12 points. That's bullshit. Last year's roster, Humble and Martin.
Yeah.
Last year's roster, everybody can get 5 touches and be a factor. You give Dwight Howard 2 dunks, he's just fine. You give McGee 2 dunks, he good. You give Rondo the ball 5 times, he all right. This year's team, everybody needs way too many touches. And anybody who think I'm capping, go watch Matthews play for the Bucks and see how many times he got the ball. Go watch Storer, how many times he got the ball. Go watch Andre Drummond, how many times he got the ball, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Go watch THT in college. Watch how many times he had the ball, and you're gonna see all what I'm saying is facts. These dudes can't play off the ball. These dudes need the ball way too much, and that's the problem. And Kyle Kuzma's the same way. Kyle
Yeah.
Kuzma's the dude. He needs the ball 30 times to get 15 points. Same for Wes Matthews, all these guys. And I ain't capping, you know what I'm saying? So for Humble and Martin, they should go ahead and hire me as GM. I get it right.
You might need to go ahead and call Jeannie Buss up.
I need a
For sure.
job. I'm gonna get all the guys. I'm gonna get a bunch of guys that's hungry to play hard, and that I'm gonna get a bunch of guys that's hungry, and I'm gonna get guys that don't care about their money. I'm gonna get guys that's gonna come in, do their role for whatever I give them for his pay. They're gonna come in, and they're not gonna be caring about how many shots they get. They're just gonna come in and do their role.
Yeah.
That's the problem with this team is that everybody needs the ball way too much. I've never heard of a big man needing the ball that many times. Bro, you get a ball to Jokic 5 times, he gonna be just fine. There's no way in hell I need to throw you the ball drumming 12 times to make you do something.
You
That's
know,
bullshit.
and another thing I realized with today's NBA, all of these damn big men want to shoot threes. Where go down in the hole, use your body, make the offense more fluent. Everybody want to sit out there and shoot threes all day long, like they Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, or somebody. I was like, come on, man. It's like no wonder your team gets behind quick because everybody wants to be out there and shooting threes. Like, Giannis is a great talent. I wish he just go down in the hole and let the defense collapse on him, where he could make the offense easier for the other guys and kick the ball out so they can have better shot selection. Bringing the ball up, want to be a point guard and a 3-point specialist. I was like, who? I mean, these coaches need to be like, reeling these guys in, and like even AD, as big as he is, he need to be down low. Andre Drummond need to be down low. Um, Jokers, you know what I'm saying? All these cats.
That's a problem though. But Martin, that's the problem though. If Andre's down low, if you don't get Andre 12 touches, him being down low is useless.
Well, the thing
Well,
with Andre Drummond is that he's not really effective. As far as like when he ain't got really no post moves or like that. You know, his footwork.
No. He's got humble. He's got post moves. The problem with Drummond is if he don't get 12 touches, he's gonna play soft. He has post moves. I've seen him play with the Pistons. If you watch Andre play with the Pistons, that dude got post moves. The problem with Drummond is if he don't get the ball, he plays lazy.
He kind of stiff down there, man. Like he don't really.
But you gotta admit, Polo, he plays. But humble. You gotta admit, he plays lazy when he don't get the ball as many times as he want. He plays lazy dribbles, lazy back down, lazy spin moves. That's how Andre operates. Andre don't need a post move to knock somebody out the way. Andre's a big guy. He can move. We can move you out the way without even a post move. The problem with Drummond is that he plays. You know how it is, humble. Some big man humble. When they don't get the ball enough, they play lazy.
Yeah.
That's how Andre's mindset is. If you don't get 12, like, I'm gonna play lazy. Andre don't need post move. He's big, humble. He can just elbow somebody, knock him to the ground, and get an easy dunk. But the problem with him is that he plays soft when he don't get the ball as much as he want to. Andre don't need no post move. He's already big. All Andre gotta do is back into you, turn around and yam that shit. Look how you play for the Pistons. Back into you, dunk the ball. He don't need a post move. He's big. He's got big shoulders. He's got a big chest. No homo. He's a big guy. He can move out the way easy. But the problem with him is that he's one of those guys that he plays lazy when he don't get the ball 12 times. I'm telling you what's going on with him. I'm telling you. Andre could have dominated DeAndre Ayton if he got the ball 12 times a game. But the problem is he's not going to get the ball that many times playing with LeBron and AD. He's not going to see the ball 12 times.
No, he definitely not.
That's why I think like with him and AD, they don't really fit well together as well too. I mean, it sounds good like Andre Drummond and Anthony Davis, but Andre kind of clogs the paint too much too, bro.
Nobody on the team fits, humble. Hey, humble. Nobody on this team fits together because they all need the ball too much. Nobody fits. Get them all out of here. Even KCP, humble. You seen it, humble. If KCP don't get 12 shots, he gonna shoot 0 for 9. All these dudes, they all gotta go, humble. You just talking about one or two guys. The whole team don't fit. If they don't get 12 shots, the whole team doesn't work. All these dudes, Kuzma, Wes Matthews.
If you heard me earlier, I said that. When I got on Marcus O. I got on Wes Matthews. I got on Drummond. I mean,
these guys are not championship players. Hey, humble. If you try to start a championship caliber team, would you want a bunch of dudes that need 12 shots?
No, I just need guys that can play effective and bind to the system. I don't need.
That's exactly it, humble. These guys can't play to the system. These guys need 12 shots. Everybody, the whole team. That's a problem. That's not championship basketball. When you watch all the teams that won chips, everybody except getting 5 shots. You know what? Last year's Lakers team, humble. What did everybody do? Rondo said, "Okay, I'm fine with 6 shots." Okay, this guy, Dwight Howard, I'm fine with 5 shots. Okay, McGee, I'm fine with 4 shots. Everybody accepted how many shots they were getting, and they accepted their roles at a high level. And they love each other. This team right here, bro, everybody want to get 12 shots. I need to call Jeannie Buss humble and hire one less on there real fast. We're gonna change the whole roster around.
Yeah, they don't have to figure something out in the off season.
You know what I'm saying, humble?
Yeah, I feel you, man.
And Martin?
Yeah, I'm with you. They got
Yes, to them?
Yeah, I'm still
Yeah,
here.
I'm here.
Hold on, I lost sound. I'll be back.
You got a favorite team, Mark?
Yeah, I do. I'm a diehard Bulls fan, man. Been Bulls fan for since Jordan been there. Uh, with Derrick Rose. Now I've been calling for Zach LaVine to get there in Chicago when Butler was there, and then Paxson and Foreign
Y'all,
never.
y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, so what did I have to say about what I was preaching about? We need players that don't need the ball as much. That's what we need. We need guys that can come in and accept 5 shots,
Well,
accept 6 shots, and also I'm gonna say this real quick, Martin and Humble. I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm gonna let y'all chop on this. If you the GM of the Lakers, before you bring somebody in, would you ask them would you ask them, hey, look, like for example, let's say we're trying to sign Dame Dollar. Hey, Dame Dollar, are you fine? Because if I was a GM, I would ask players. Before signing them. I'll bring them in and be like, okay, are you fine with this amount of shots? Are you fine with coming out the bench? If they're not fine with what I'm asking them, I'm not bringing them in. I would have asked Andre Drummond, are you fine with 12 shots? If he says no, I'm not signing you. I'm gonna only sign players that are gonna be fine with a certain amount of shots or certain roles. I'm not gonna just bring players in and not know what they want. Like for example, when they before they signed Schroeder told them, "I want to start." That
yeah,
should have told you, get out. I would have said, get out. Don't even come back. You gone. I ain't hiring your ass. Get out of here. If you're Rob Pelinka, before you sign players, you need to ask them, are you fine with this amount of shots? Are you fine with this role? If you're not, get out. Simple as that. Rob Pelinka's not asking. He's just bringing players in and hoping for the best. You don't do
Well,
that.
you
As a
know,
GM, you make
well,
sure.
Palinka, he did say this. He said when they, when he brought in, like, when AD first came to the Lakers and stuff, him, LeBron and AD and Frank Vogel, they all was a part of who they won on the team. Because remember when they missed out on the Kawhi when Kawhi just the Lakers from going to the Clippers, um, you know LeBron and AD, they all talked on for what the pieces they want on the team. So
But
LeBron
that's
and
the difference, though.
they do play in part in what for the roster, constructing the roster. So
But that was the. But humble. Last year's roster, Rob Pelinka, he asked Dwight Howard, "Hey, Dwight Howard, are you going to accept your role off the bench? Hey, Dwight Howard, are you fine with this amount of shots?" Rob Pelinka, he asked everybody on last year's roster, "Are you fine with this? Are you fine with that?" You know, this year, humble, he didn't do that. He just brought Schroeder in. If Schroeder told me, "Oh, I'm not starting," and I'm not coming out the bench and I'm going to start, I would have kicked his ass out. I would say, "Get out my office, nigga. Get the fuck out." You know what I'm saying? That's my mentality. If I'm bringing you to the team to come off the bench and you want to start, get the fuck out.
you know what I think. I think I'm looking back. I remember when LeBron was in Cleveland, when he had Kyrie, he had Kevin Love, and he had like what's Tristan Thompson as the rebounder. I think if the Lakers had built the team around LeBron from how he was in Cleveland, I think the Lakers would have better success. Not saying, you know,
But
they,
Martin,
not saying,
but
not
Martin,
saying, huh?
but Martin, you're leaving out one key factor. Dan Gilbert, he made sure everybody was going to accept their role. He made sure J.R. Smith was going to come in and accept his role. He didn't just sign J.R. Smith. He said, "Hey, J.R. Smith,
Yeah,
are you fine with this role? Are you fine
and,
with this amount of shots?" Rob
and,
Pelinka brought guys in without asking questions.
and but
I
see,
don't like that.
and see this is what LeBron should have like went to him or step up to him and said, "Well, hey, this worked for me when I was in Cleveland when we won our championship. I think it could be the same way. You know, you can at least even if you didn't get a point guard like Kyrie, you still have somebody like Rondo, or you could have brought a Derrick Rose in. You know, you didn't have. I mean, yeah, he wanted AD there, but LeBron best years was functional when he didn't have like a dominant center that had the ball. He had a lot of pieces around there. Even in Miami, the Wade was a guard. He was the forward. You had Bosh as the small forward or the power forward, whatever. You didn't have a true center. And then when they switched up the lineup, Bosh played the center. And you still have Ray Allen to come in and off the bench or to make threes. They have spacing. The Lakers really don't have spacing unless what, like if you took AD out, they would have more
Yeah.
spacing. More spacing.
Hey, Martin. I'm sorry to cut you off, but
Yeah.
Martin, you're leaving out an important factor once again. That Heat team, Eric's bro. Pat Riley. What did Pat Riley do? He didn't just bring those guys in. He
Yeah.
made sure everybody was going to accept their roles. Hey, Chris Bosh, you're going to come here, and Chris Bosh, you're not going to. Hey, they made sure Chris Bosh knew. Chris Bosh, you're not going to average 20. You're going to average 16. You're going to take this amount of shots. Mike Miller, you're going to come in. You're going to get 5-6 shots. Oh, Van Air, you're going to get this amount of shots. Norris Cole, you're going to get this amount of shots. Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra made sure everybody knew their roles, made sure they knew who was starting, who was coming off the bench, who was taking a certain amount of shots. That's what they did. You have to bring when you bring up teams, Martin. You're not bringing in the factor that the GM made sure everybody understood. I'm bringing you in to come off the bench. I'm bringing you in to do this amount of shots and that amount of shots. You have to put that in your context of what you're saying, because when you're a GM, you can't bring players in without knowing what they're going to do. You can't just bring a player. If a player says, "Oh, I want 20 shots," and you just bring him in, he's getting 5 shots. So what's going to happen? He's going to be disgruntled as a player. You have to always make sure the player is okay with what you're saying.
Yeah.
You can't just bring a player in and hope for the best. Like for example, Dame Dollar is a great scorer, right? You can't just bring Dame in and not make sure Dame is okay with being off the ball.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure Dame's okay with that, because if Dame comes and he's unhappy, now he's gonna play like trash because he ain't happy. You gotta make sure Dame is happy. Okay, Dame, you're gonna shoot 15 shots, not 40.
I guess, yeah. And to your point, I guess with the teams that I brought up, the GM does play a whole different ball game with them, with the Lakers, because like you said, Rob Pelinka should have interviewed them guys, say, hey, this is we want to build a team around how LeBron played in years to come. Say, hey, you comfortable taking 10, 12, 15 shots, and like you said, if they don't and they're not comfortable with it, like the Dennis Schroeder situation, he shouldn't have never got signed. Because I'm sure they could have probably got Derrick Rose for less money.
And also, you have to make sure the player does not have a beef with LeBron. You can't just bring players in. You gotta make sure they like LeBron, because look, Derrick Rose, he don't like LeBron. If you're Rob Pelinka, you ask Rose, hey Rose, do you like LeBron? Are you okay playing off ball? Are you okay with 5 shots? Because D Rose is the guy that D Rose is not a good off ball player. D Rose is a guy that needs a lot of shots to be a factor. Because I watched him play in Chicago, I watched him play with Minnesota, everywhere he's been.
Yeah.
He has had the ball a lot. So if you're gonna bring in D Rose, are you okay with LeBron? That's my first question.
Yeah.
Are you okay with LeBron? Are you okay with 5 shots? Are you okay off ball? Rob Pelinka is being lazy. You can't just bring players in and not know what you're gonna get. You gotta bring players in and be like, hey, are you fine with this amount of shots? Are you fine with this role and that role? If you look at when they brought in Dwight Howard, they said, Dwight, you're not starting. You come off the bench. Are you fine with that? Yes, I'm fine. Okay, bring him in. And Dennis Schroeder's absence, you brought in Schroeder without being smart. If Dennis Schroeder said, I want to start, Dennis Schroeder wasn't brought in to start. He brought in to come off the bench. But But I would have not signed Dennis Schroeder. Once Dennis Schroeder said, I'm not coming off the bench and I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that, I would have signed him. Andre Drummond came in with the mindset of, I need 12 shots. Okay, why did you bring him in? I'm not going to bring guys in. If I bring you in and you don't want to do what the team needs and what's best for the team, get out. That's my mentality.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
I got an old school mentality. That's like, for example, let's say use my boss at Walmart, and he said, "Hey Mike, I know you applied as a grocery guy, but I need you to work grocery, and I need you to work a front end. If you can't do both, we can't hire you. If I say I can do one or the other, you're not gonna hire me." Well, I don't know what's up with these GMs bringing players on without knowing all what's about them. If I bring in any player, I don't care who it is. If I bring in, let's say I was bringing in Kawhi Leonard. I'm saying, Kawhi Leonard, are you fine all ball? Are you fine with this amount of shots, X and O's? That's my mentality. These GMs are bringing in players without knowing what they like and what they don't like. I want to know what you like because if you don't like what I like, you can't be on my team.
Yeah.
Even when I play high school ball, if the coach said, "Hey Mike, I don't want you shooting, sir. I want you rebounding and playing defense." If I go out there and shoot, my ass on the bench.
And that's just like even in football, like even how the Patriots ran their organization for years. They brought in people that knew their role. They didn't brought high dollar people in there. If you came in and you knew your role, then you was gonna had a chance to make the team. But if you didn't know, you definitely got cut. You'll get released quick. And see, that's why like some of these NBA players, I watch them, a lot of them selfish, and then like to your point, a lot of them don't like LeBron, so that's why a lot of them don't go play for LeBron. They go elsewhere now, and that's why I think now it used to be easier for LeBron to get players want to come, but now it's just like everybody's like, we want to beat him, we don't want to go team up with him. So therefore now Rob Pelinka, he just bringing anybody in just for the sake of say, well, I'm the GM. I brought this people in, or we being successful, we doing this just to look. But at the end of the day, it's like, you going into another offseason, there's going to be a pretty good handful of free agents. And guess what's going to happen? A lot of these teams are going to try to snatch them up quick. And the Lakers probably going to be searching for answers again. So, and they really need a person to come in there to spell AD. That's why I say if they had Dwight Howard, AD injury wouldn't have been as bad. He would have been able to come in fresh and still be able to perform. And they would probably got past the Suns. But now it's like they got to do a whole assessment for the whole year. And I think they need a clean house. And if they're going to keep Kuzma, keep him or trade him, whatever they're going to do, try to get back some of the players that they had before, the Andre Drummond situation. I don't think that worked out for them. It didn't work out. So I think this offseason gonna be a test for the Lakers to see what they can do to stay competitive, because the West is getting better constantly.
And that was spot on. Players have to, GMs have to be better with checking with players before they just bring them in. And that's my problem with a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of these GMs that they're bringing players in without knowing what they want. If you don't want what I want, I'm not bringing you in my team.
Exactly.
That's simple as that. And humble started thinking like, man, Go Mike is cooking too much. Yeah. I'm just being real.
Are you gonna do a live chat for tomorrow night's game?
I get off early, so I believe I will be for sure. I work 7 to 3 tomorrow,
Oh, okay.
so
But,
I'll be off early for that.
yeah, I'll be home to catch the Sixers game. Right now, I'm watching the Suns, which they playing. They up almost by 10 points though, but they're gonna finish them off tonight.
And when I watch those Cavs, when I watch some Cavs teams or them Cavs teams or all the teams that LeBron has had success on,
Yeah,
they've always made sure that players they always make sure players accept their role. Like J.R. Smith, he knew his role. He knew how many shots he was going to get. All them guys. So that's the problem with Rob Pelinka, that he brought these guys in and didn't make sure that they wanted what he wanted. You know, you have to watch it. Bro, as a GM, you're supposed to watch and see what your team. You have to understand what your team needs, and you have to go from there. If I bring in Torrey Craig, I might say, Torrey Craig, I need you to shoot 5 times. And he's shooting 6 times. You're on the bench. You know, so you have to make sure players want what you want, because if a player says, I refuse to come off the bench, you don't sign him. Why would you sign Stroller after he said, I refuse to come off the bench? What does that tell me as a head coach? That tells me that you're not willing to accept roles. Because let's say a player gets injured and I need some. Let's say one of my key scorers off the bench gets hurt.
yeah,
And I need to put you on the bench for scoring. If you can't accept roles, then you can't be on my team. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand. You have to understand what your team needs, and the players that you're bringing in, will they accept that? If they can't accept that, you can't be on the roster.
exactly.
And that's what Rob Pelinka didn't do. All he looked at was, oh, Montrez was a 6 man, this and that. You should have made sure Montrez was gonna be okay with playing less minutes, less touches, because now that's how you avoid arguments. Because Montrez thought that he was gonna come in and play 30 minutes a night and get all these touches. Why is that? Why did Montrez think that? Because you didn't tell him. You didn't ask him. You should have asked Montrez. Hey, Montrez, are you fine with 10 shots? You're not fine with that? Okay, I'm not signing you. As simple as that. You ask them, they ain't fine with it, you let them go. Next caller.
Yep. And that's why I was like, right now, I guess the dude Humble, he was on earlier. He was asking me what's my favorite team. Like I told him, I'm a diehard Bulls fan. You know, I don't went through the heartache and pain with them. You know, and I think they're going in a good direction now with a new GM, a new president. You know, I think just right now they need to find them a good point guard with Zach LaVine. I think they need to build around Zach. You got a good cornerstone in Zach. Build around him. He wants to be there. You know, I wanted Zach in Chicago years ago when when Jimmy Butler was there. And but Gar Forman and Paxson they messed that team up so bad. And I was glad they got rid of them.
But I'm gonna tell you this: if you watch the Bulls over the years, the Bulls before they got Scottie Pippen, it's hey Scottie, we're bringing you in for defense and a little bit of scoring. Now, what if Scottie told you, oh, I'm not gonna start. I just want to come off the bench every single season. You don't bring him in. They brought in Scotty because Scotty told them, look, I'm gonna do whatever you need me to do. Defend, score, rebound, you know?
And that was
So they
that had helped Mike a whole lot. And then they was able to build around pretty much both of them with the role players because BJ Armstrong was the point. He ran the floor of the game, and then you had somebody like Bill Wellington. They didn't really score much. Was there for rebound purposes in the defend. Then you had either who was the other Horace Grant. You know what I'm saying? So it was easier. Them guys knew their role, and they made what made them so good. They was able to defend good too.
mm-hmm. Imagine. Let me ask you this: imagine if all those guys needed 12 shots.
Oh, they wouldn't have never worked.
That's just too many. That's too many guys to go around.
Everybody want to have the ball in their hand.
And that's the problem with this roster right here is that we have too many guys who need. Because you look at Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr got the fewest minutes I think for the Bulls, but Steve Kerr accepted his role. Even though he might have played 5 minutes, 10 minutes, he accepted his role because he knew that his role was valuable, and he accepted it at a high level. Even Manu Ginobili ain't no bench player, but Manu decided what. If I come off the bench, I can help my team more from the bench than starting. And as a player, as a GM, you have to have a long talk with players. But look, man, I know you want to start and all this stuff. Look. If I was talking to Stroder, how about look, Stroder? I understand you want to start, buddy, but you would help the team way more off the bench. If he says no, man, get him out of here.
And that's when that's why I was thought the Lakers were going to sign Jamal Crawford. He would have been the perfect person to come off the bench and help run the second unit. And
Jamal Crawford going to accept any role you give him.
Exactly.
He don't care how many shots you give him. You can give him 5, 10. It don't matter to him.
Yep. Because you get him 10 shots. Hell, he could probably gonna have about. He probably could have about 20 points. Because he when he gets hot and he's streaky, he shoots. He's gonna score. He's gonna make the best. He's gonna make the best out of his situation while compromising the team.
And that's exactly it. We need guys on the team that you look at Andre Iguodala. Andre Iguodala for Golden State. Imagine if Iguodala was playing for the Sixers. They traded him to go to State. Okay, so whenever Bob Myers talked to Iguodala, he said, "Look, Iguodala, we bring you in for defense and passing." Iguodala said, "Okay, I'm gonna defend for you and pass for you." And what did he do? He did exactly that: rebound, pass, and defend. You always ask players. You don't just bring players in and not knowing what they're giving you. If you watch LeBron James, he thought it was J.R. Smith. I'm gonna need you in the corner for at least half the game, and he done that. All the players they brought with the Cavs and the Heat, those players knew exactly what their role was, and they accepted it at a high level. Mario Chalmers could have started on other teams.
Yeah.
Mike Miller could have started for other rosters, but they accepted their role. Shane Battier, he was my starter to a bench player. He accepted his role both ways. And that was the problem with Rob Pelinka, is that he brought in guys without knowing what they want. If me and you want two different things, I can't have you on the roster.
Exactly.
I gotta have you here for what I need, not what you need. If I see that we need score off the bench and you want to start, man, I can't have you. Stroder would have helped LeBron a lot if he just came off the bench and did scoring.
Yeah.
Same with Montrez. If Montrez and Stroder accepted their roles, came off the bench, man, they could have killed a lot of. Bro, I don't know too many bench squads could have went against Stroder and Montrez. Even Andre Drummond. Whenever Andre Drummond got benched, you saw he had his head down, he was pouting and crying and stuff. Imagine if Andre accepted his role. Man, we would destroy the Suns. If everybody
Yeah.
just if everybody we could have beat the Suns without AD. If
Yep.
everybody had just accepted their role, I believe we could have beat the Suns without AD. If everybody had came in and just accepted their role. That's my problem. When I played ball in high school, if you didn't accept your role, you was cut the very next day.
Yeah.
You wasn't playing no more.
And that's why I was like, I didn't. It seemed like the team was kind of like unraveling a little bit here and there. Trying to, like you said, the starters never really lined up together, all season long. So they was kind of like scrambling around trying to find their identity at the same time.
And that's the downside of a team is that you gotta have guys that are willing to accept their roles. And I said that a lot. You probably thinking like, damn, man. But it's so surreal though. You can't be bringing guys in that know what they want. Look, I don't care what free agent. I don't care who the Lakers, whoever the Lakers sign this offseason. I'm begging Rob Pelinka. Ask these people, what do you want? Are you
Yeah.
trying to get 5 shots, 10 shots? What's going on? You can't just sign players. You can't just sign a player. Cause look, Ben McLemore is a good shooter.
Yeah.
But guess what? Rob Pelinka didn't ask him, "Hey, Ben McLemore, how many shots? How many shots do you want?" Ben McLemore's a guy that needs about 10 shots.
Yeah.
But McLemore, he wasn't getting 10 shots. So why would you sign? Why would you sign Ben McLemore if you're not going to get him a certain amount of shots? That's so Rob Pelinka, whoever he signed, Martin, whoever he signs,
Yeah.
he has to make sure he knows what the player wants. If they don't want what he wants, they gotta go. He should have signed Stroder. He made a mistake signing Stroder. When Stroder came in, come on, I ain't gonna come off the bench and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. Like, you don't come to no historic franchise talking like that. I would have kicked his ass out the office.
Yeah. I wouldn't even sign him. He would have just had to play somewhere else.
No. I'm not blaming the coach, Don. Hey, Don, hop on the panel and explain what you're saying. I don't care about the coach. I'm talking about the GM. You don't bring in players if they don't want what you want. If I need players to come off the bench, right? Like let's say I brought in Torrey Craig to come off the bench and he wants to start. He gotta go. You're not gonna come in here. You're not gonna come in here and tell me what you gonna do when I'm the GM. I'm the one got to pay you.
Hey,
I'm the one got to sign a dotted line.
Hey, Mike, let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
All right, check this out. Would you replace Frank Vogel or you keep him for another year? Because I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, well, Frank Vogel got to go. They want Jason Kidd and all of this stuff." And
I can't blame Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel wasn't the one being dumb to sign a dude that didn't want to come off the bench. Frank Vogel ain't the one signing these players who don't accept their roles. Frank Vogel can only coach. So I'm not blaming Frank Vogel. I'm blaming Rob Pelinka.
Yeah.
Rob Pelinka is not asking players what they want. Frank Vogel ain't the one signing players. All Frank can do is coach. He can't bring players in or bring them out. And my thing is with Don is that Don gonna sit here and bring up coach. I'm not blaming Frank Vogel. I'm blaming Rob Pelinka because he brought in players without knowing what they want. If I gotta bring in players, I have to know exactly what you want. I have to know what you want and what you don't like. That's my mindset. So that's my thing. Is that I'm not gonna blame Frank Vogel. I'm gonna blame Rob Pelinka. You brought in Schroeder. You knew this Schroeder mentality was messed up, and you still brought him in. How dumb was that? You know that Montrez is a dude that needs 12 shots. Why would you bring him in? We shouldn't have signed Montrez and Stoder. Both them guys' mentality was not right. And on top of that, you signed a dude, Andre Drummond, who needs the ball way too much. You signed all these dudes. So that's my beef. That's my beef with Rob Pelinka. I'm not blaming Frank Vogel. So Don, what you got about what I said, my guy? Or Don might not be able to hear me. Hold up, Don's gotta add that one. Hey Don, you there? Wow, Don popped in twice. Yeah, Don's gotta fix his. He's gotta fix his. He's gotta go out and hop back in. His mic is jitter stappered. But that's what I'm saying though. Is that that's what I'm saying though, Martin. Is that the GM is that the GM got to be smarter with who he's bringing in. You can't just bring players in here. You got to make sure they want what you want. When they brought in Steve Kerr was like, okay, I'm gonna accept 5 shots. I'm gonna accept this and that. You need players like that. When they brought in Dennis Rodman was not drafted by the Bulls. He was on another roster, and they said, "Hey, Rodman, we need you in here to defend, rebound. What do? He came in, did both of those jobs."
Exactly, and that's
No. Don, sorry, Mark. Don, you cannot blame Frank Vogel. Did Frank Vogel decide to bring a guy in who didn't want to accept his role? No. Did Frank Vogel let Dwight Howard walk? No. Did Frank Vogel let Rondo walk? No. Martin, I'm on fire today. I can't be stopped.
and that's why, like I say, like let Frank Vogel stay for another year. Don't change the roster because you was unsuccessful. I mean, hell.
No, Martin. I highly disagree. You have to get these guys out of here.
No.
You cannot win it.
I didn't mean to say it like that. I meant to say, don't get rid of Frank Vogel, but you got to change the roster because the thing about it is, okay, you was a success. You was out the playoffs this year, the first round. The year LeBron came, you didn't make the playoff, but you won the championship the year after. So therefore, go back to where you should have went back to how you won the championship year before, not bringing in to change up and think it's going to be even better because Frank Vogel only could coach what he has available and put them in the best position. But if the players ain't executing it, then yeah, you have to change the player. You can get people around there that's willing to accept their role. And all them players that's on that team played on the teams that accepted their role, but now they feel like, oh, I'm coming here. I want X amount of shots. So that means AD ain't gonna get the shots that he's supposed to get. LeBron ain't gonna get the shots that he's supposed to get. So therefore, everybody's around here shooting up 20 shots a game, but then you there's not enough shots because then.
Hey, Martin, let me get Don's take. Hey, Don, you there? Don, you there? Don's connection is off and on. But look, Martin. Here's my thing too. Let's say you bring in a player and he tells you, "Oh, I'm gonna call at the bench," and then he gets mad and he doesn't. Right?
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to his house and we're gonna have a meeting. And I'm like, look, what can I do to get you to come off this bench? I'll be at the man's house. Like, dude, what can I do to make it? What can I do to make you play better from the bench? What can I do to get you to come off the bench and play at a high level? I'll be going to all these players. That's the problem with Rob Pelinka. Rob Pelinka is not involved enough with these players. He should have went to Montrez's house. Hey, Montrez, what are you not happy about? Hey, Montrez, you're not getting no shots? Hey, Montrez, I'm going to try and see what I can do. You know, Rob Pelinka is not involved enough with these players. He should have talked to Stoder like, hey, Stoder, what can I do to make you happy, sir? Montrez. If you're a GM, you can't just sit back and collect paychecks. You gotta get with these players and try to do whatever you can to make them more happy.
Yeah.
I know that sounds pathetic, but I'm just being real. You gotta talk with these players, man. Like, hey, you don't like you getting 5 shots? Okay, I'm gonna try to squeeze you two. I'm gonna try to squeeze out 2 more shots. Okay, you're mad about 5 minutes. I'm gonna try to squeeze you out 3 more. It's the small things. I ain't finna just sit here and let you be mad the whole season. Don,
Yeah.
you there?
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting in this offseason to see what happens.
Hey, my bad. Yeah, that's my granny calling. Hey, Don, you there? Yeah, his Wi-Fi problem is off and on. But
Yeah.
back to what I was saying, Martin. This offseason is gonna tell it all. But I just hope that Rob Pelinka gets with these players. If you got a player that's disgruntled on your team, you can't let them be disgruntled a long period of time.
Yeah.
You can't do that because Montrez and all these guys are disgruntled the whole season. You can't let that go on. You gotta be talking to these players like, look, man. I know it's COVID-19 going on, but I don't give a damn. I'm talking to all these players. I'm gonna put my mask on, everything. I'm gonna look out. Hey, what's the problem, Story? Okay, not enough shots. Okay, I'm gonna try and get you the most shots. Okay, Montrez, what about you? What's your problem? Marcus, what's your problem? Kyle Kuzma, what can I do to get you to shoot better from the field? What can I get you to play better defense? I'm just saying, if I'm the GM, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win a championship. Even if I gotta go to all these players' houses.
Yeah.
I ain't playing more. If I gotta fly to everybody's house, I'm going to the whole roster's house. Matter of fact, Martin, I'll be having a family get together every week for the whole team. Every week we're gonna have a family get together. We're gonna talk about who wants the ball where, who won what shots, what can we do as a team. Bro, I'll be having a family reunion every week. Taco Tuesday. We finna figure out all these bumps and bruises. We finna figure all this shit out.
Hey, Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Don.
Okay, so let's go back to the question that you're asking, and the answer to that I told you guys. So I'm thinking this. I think, okay, yeah, Rob Pelinka went to go sign these players because they thought that they'd be complimentary to LeBron James and AD because AD and LeBron are the main pieces of the Lakers, so they want to try to build around these guys, right? And so then after the chip, everybody wanted their money. So that's why a lot of people left. Like Rondo and then there's a miscommunication with Dwight Howard and the Lakers. That's why he went to the Sixers. And they got Trez. So because they lost Dwight, they went to go trade for Gasol, remember? So then what happened was that, Rob can do so much, look, if I went to the store and I went to go buy groceries and you made me out a list, right? And you're the chef, you're going to have to do the best you can to make that dish. To cook those meals, right? Right, Mike? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
Hey
so
guys,
then
I'm gonna step away for a minute. I'll be back.
all right.
Okay.
Okay, so then going back to the coaching, his rotations were terrible sometimes, man. Sometimes these guys were hot, he would freaking go sit them down, and then he'd get
Here's
other
where
to play. You know what I mean?
Don, you're ignoring the fact of this. Rob Pelinka is not involved enough with these players. He's not involved enough. Rob Pelinka and Frank Vogel, both of these dudes, they have to be more involved with the team and trying to figure out what they need and what they like and what they don't like, what they do like. If I was the owner, I would not just sit back and look crazy with my hands in my pockets. I'm gonna have a family get together. I'm gonna have everybody get together as a whole team, and I'm gonna try to bond with everybody. I'm gonna try to bond with Montrez and see what he like, what he don't like. I'm gonna try to figure out where Montrez wants the ball. I'm gonna try to figure out what Schroeder like, what he doesn't like. And you know what I'm saying? This team right here, bro, the GM and the coach did not bond with the players. Trying to figure out what if I got a player on my team, Don, right? Let's say Montrez is disgruntled. You can't let Montrez be mad for a whole season. You got to figure out, okay, Montrez, what's your problem? Okay, you're not getting enough shots? Okay, let me do whatever I can to try to get you more shots. Okay, Drummond. Okay, you're mad about this or that. Okay, let me work with you on this. Okay, let's say Drummond post moves are not that great. I'm gonna have somebody come train Drummond on his post moves. Okay, Andre, you need to learn this, that. Okay, let's say KCP, his jump shot and his confidence is down. I'm gonna talk to KCP, man. You gotta believe in yourself. You can do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do small things to try to bring up the confidence of players that are either disgruntled or playing like trash. If Wes Matthews playing like trash, I say, hey, Wes Matthews, if you hit 4 threes a game, I'll do this or that. You gotta make something happen. You gotta make something. You gotta make nothing into something. You know, in the small thing, I might buy you lunch. I might slide you $100 here or there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do small shit. That's gonna count. You can't let players play like trash and be disgruntled without doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like if Schroeder's mad about his contract, how about look, Schroeder? I can get you $100 million off the court.
Okay,
I can get you that off the court.
Yeah, but when you also think, sorry for interrupting you. When you also think about too, you know, they didn't even practice a lot. You know what? They have all these coaches like Phil Handy and Jason Kidd. See, Phil Handy should have been working with these players on their shooting. Who knows what the hell happened? You know, because of COVID, you know, a lot of teams weren't practicing. Even Kuzma admitted that they weren't practicing. You know, the only time that they would practice is at game time. And when you're going to practice at game time and not on your own time, then it shows. You know, the first couple of games, you know, during the regular season, the Lakers were exposed in the paint because of the big men. And my concern was getting bigs to cover that paint to block those shots so people can't drive in. Everybody and their grandma were driving in the paint, scoring on the Lakers. You know that. All the Lakers fans know that, right? All the Laker fans know that. You know, my concern was the bigs. You know, like Harold wasn't cutting it because even though Harold had that dogfight in him, he just wasn't tall enough to be a big man's presence. Marc Gasol, poor guy. You know, Lakers got him a year too late. The guy was slow, slow. You know, and then when they went for Drummond, you know, even Drummond admitted that he's never been coached before. Did you read about that? Imagine someone coming in, an NBA player saying that he's never been coached before. So when he came in, this was a big shock for him because he didn't know what the hell he was. This guy was lost most of the time. If you see the games and you see how he played with the team, he did not blend well with his team. This guy always looked lost. And Kuzma always looked inconsistent. 38 one game, a bagel the next game, or 5 or 6 points. So going back to the coaching, these rotations were terrible. You know, sometimes he'd mix in guys that didn't even play well together. Look, man, if I got you food, I went to the store, you're the chef, and I wanted a freaking lobster dinner, and then you ended up making me a cheeseburger combo. You know what I mean? How do you think I would feel? See, the GM can do so much. It's the coaching that has to make these guys, you know, work together.
Okay, but look, let me say this. Let me say this, Don. My thing is this. I'm about to counter your point once again.
Go ahead.
Because you know now it's Professor and Goat in the lab. I'm gonna say this. Rob Pelinka should have went to Frank and said, "Hey, Frank, you have to make better adjustments.
Mhm.
Rob Palinka is the boss of Frank Vogel. He
Right.
should have told Frank, "Hey Frank, Ben McLemore is hot, and if he's hot, leave him in the game." And if I'm the GM and I see my coach taking players out when they're hot or when they're playing well, I'm gonna talk to Frank about, look, Frank, if you do that again, I'm gonna fire your ass. If somebody's hot, let them play. Make better rotations. You don't think Rob Pelinka could have put pressure on Frank to make better rotations and play guys that are hot?
Okay,
Man, come on.
let me ask you this then. Okay, Dennis Schroeder was inconsistent during the games. You know that. So look, a lot of us Lakers fans, including myself, would always our concern was how come Dennis never gets benched and we start AC or someone else or THT ahead of him or maybe Kuzma, right? Let's say. Instead, this guy had a pass, you know. I don't know what the hell he did to the Lakers, but the Lakers were like mesmerized in a sense where they did not want to bench this guy. You know that. The only time that he did not start is when he had COVID 2 times, right? That's the only time that we didn't see him start or play the games. You know what I mean? And if you speaking of Rob and Vogel, if you ever saw that movie, the James Brown story movie, and there's a scene where James Brown goes in and he sits with the owner of the record studio, you know, and so then the owner starts dancing, you know, he tries to start doing the mashed potato, and James Brown tells him, "What the hell are you doing?" And the owner goes, "I'm trying to dance here." And he goes, "No, you can't. You don't know how to dance. You don't know how to do that." And he goes, "Okay, well, you do your job entertaining, and I'll do my job producing." You know what I mean? Now, going back to that scenario, Rob Pelinka, he'll set the pieces together. You know, the coach, you go coach, do what you have to do. I'm not going to step on your toes. You know, if there's any problems, sure, you can come and talk to me. Who knows what the hell they're doing? You know, I mean, we're fans over here. And you know, and when the Lakers started getting their asses whooped, you know, finally they went to go address the big man, and they tried to get Andre Drummond. See what I'm saying? So Rob Pelinka can do so much when it comes to getting
So,
players and pieces together. Frank
so,
Vogel
so you
has to
mean
go ahead and work his magic.
so you mean to tell me that Rob couldn't have fought for Dwight Howard? Wait. When you
Okay,
win a championship, you're supposed to go to these players and be like, "Look, man, I need you back on the roster. You played a huge role in us winning."
the thing is they had money problems, and these guys they knew about the cap situation, and the thing
They
was
couldn't let
that
they couldn't let players go off the bench.
no, the thing is that at the time Rondo didn't want to come off the bench anymore, and after the 2 days after the
Okay,
championship, listen,
you could have started him.
2 days after the championship game, he was on with Stephen A. Smith and he was on with Max Kellerman on the show, and they're talking. And remember, the guy had one more year, right, with the Lakers. He could have opted back in and said, you know, I'm going to go play this 1 year with you. Instead, they asked him this question. They go, "Are you coming back with the Lakers? Are you going to test your agency?" The guy paused for just a second, and he said, "You know what? I think I'm going to go test the free agency." And then he said, "Well, there's a team across the hallway that wants you." And then he gave that little smirk, you know. And what did he end up getting with Atlanta? He got like what 2 years, like $15 million a year, right? Like $30 million right there, right? And said the Lakers went to go pick up. They traded for shooters. See what I'm saying? And then with the Dwight Howard deal, it was a miscommunication. I don't know what the hell happened, but it was a miscommunication. They ended up getting Trez. He ended up going with Philly, and then they had to do a bad scramble and try to get a big. So then they traded JaVale McGee over to Cleveland Cavs to clear up some salary space to get Gasol. See what I'm saying? Because at the time they wanted Chewbacca, but Chewbacca was already signed with the Clippers, and he got the same deal with the Clippers as Montrezl Harrell got with the Lakers, which was $19 million, right? Is that correct?
Who are we talking about? Kuzma?
No, I was talking about Marc Gasol. I was talking about how they lost Dwight Howard because they went to go get Trez, and then they had to do a mad scramble to get another big. They didn't want to keep McGee, so then they traded for Danny Green to OKC. No, they traded McGee over to Cleveland to get some cap space, to sign Gasol for that 1 year deal. Do you remember that?
Yeah, those are all bad moves.
Of course, man. But everybody, all the Laker fans were happy because everything looked good on paper, man. We had Wesley Matthews, we had freaking Montrezl Harrell, we had Dennis Schroeder. Remember, Dennis Schroeder was Sixth Man of the Year, right?
Yep,
Right.
the fraudulent 6 man a year.
Right. So then we got all these cool players that we thought that we're going to run it back with. You know what I mean? And that we're going to help the team and maybe get a second chip with these guys, right? But yeah, we look good in the first couple of games, the preseasons, and then a couple of games after that, and then Lakers started getting exposed in the middle, in the paint. There's no rim protectors, there were no blockers, right? Remember, it was a short season too. Like I was telling you, it's COVID. A lot of teams, they weren't even practicing together a lot. Because people were getting that stuff, were getting COVID. It was 2 months after the NBA championship. A lot of players wanted to go back in January, but the NBA was pushing for December. So a lot of people got injured during this year. You know what I mean? So it goes both ways. You're right. It does go with the GM and the coach, and the players, and the chemistry. You know what I mean? And injuries. Man, injuries. It was pretty messed up for the Lakers, man. If everybody was like 100% healthy, I'm convinced that the Lakers would have gone far. That there's games when everybody was healthy together, they're clicking. We saw those games where they're clicking, right?
Yep, the few games, that was it.
Yeah, we saw them when they're clicking. When they did click, we're like, man, this team's looking good. If these guys are like 100% healthy, no one's beating these guys, right? We saw them against the Nets, how they played. The second time they played the Nets, they did a whooping on them, right? And then who knew what the hell happened when they went to New York? It like fell down. And then when they played the Suns before the playoffs, and when they played the Nuggets, they're kicking ass, right?
Yeah, they showed glimpses.
Yeah, and then remember before the playoffs started, they went on a 6-game winning streak, right? Before the playoffs, remember, because they had to go play in that tournament.
And then after that winning streak, we're on a big ass losing streak.
Right, and what a bad time to go on that 3-game losing streak. So we'll see what happens because I was hearing that they want to shop Kuzma. They want to get him out of here.
We should have shopped Kuzma and kept Dwight.
I know, dude, but everybody wanted to give this guy a chance, man. They're like, but there's so many years that you can give this guy a chance. After the second year, if an NBA player has it or he doesn't have it, you can't hide that stuff. You know that. Either you have the talent or you don't have it. The talent, this guy doesn't have it. No, not with the Lakers. He doesn't have it. I'm telling you, if he were to trade him or if he was to walk, I wouldn't care, about this dude. And a lot of teams right now, they're interested in Schroeder right now. Well, go ahead, you can have him too. But I see where you're coming from, Mike, about the GM. Rob, you're right. He needs to get better pieces, man. He needs to address the struggles,
Yeah, he's got to be more involved with these players. Like you can't have a player just grown up for figure out what's wrong right away. You got to squash stuff. You got to squash stuff when it first happens. You can't let it carry.
Right, and that's what they're
Rondo,
doing, man.
Even last year, there were some problems between Rondo, Dwight, and McGee. But what happened was last year, Robin Vogel, they squashed it. They didn't let it carry on.
Mm-hmm.
This year, they let everything carry on, and you can't do that. You got a problem on the team. You gotta get rid of it when it first happens. You can't let it carry for weeks. Because then if you let it carry, it's gonna be harder to squash.
I agree with you. You know.
Yeah, that's my problem. You can't let stuff go on like that.
You're
Like
right about that. You know.
Montrez, you let Montrez be mad for a whole year. Like, what do you expect him to do? Let Schroeder be mad for a whole season? Like, bro. You still there, Don? You still there? Hello? Yeah, Don's connection has gone. Well, you there, Don? His connection is off and on.
Just so that he can have a friend and shit like that. If you really stood on your, on your feet, by yourself, 10 toes down, you would have been like, you know what? Hey, he's still my friend. I'm still cool with him. But because you were so afraid of KG and Paul Pierce and Rondo not liking you, you just
Wow. 511.
tell me another 7-footer that's out there.
Yeah, Don's connection is off and on. Alrighty. We're going to go ahead and close this one down. I might have back on a little bit later. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, turn on post notifications, follow me on Instagram and go Mike Hezzy Guy. Shout out to all my subscribers. Make sure to subscribe to both channels. Lakers channel Big Mike, Go Mike Lovers Haters. And we out this thing.